Making moves. Here with my boy Brett, talking about this free agency.
What's good?
Alright, Brett, we got some things to discuss. First
All
thing,
right.
first thing, the Patriots, They're sending off Marcus Cannon, right?
Okay.
Texans rebuilding, tanking. Why would they need a player like Marcus Cannon? Like, what do you think their strategy is?
To be honest with you, I don't know. um,
Fair enough.
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really paying attention. To be quite honest, I need to do more research.
Yeah, I don't really know
I'm,
what they're doing. I mean, I guess I could kind of see it. I mean, last year they traded with the Dolphins to get Larry Tunsil. I mean, he's been okay, but I mean, organization's in shambles. So I don't really know what they're looking forward to here. Then we got, of course, our New York Giants, favorite team.
let's go.
Resigning Nate Solder. Thoughts on that, buddy?
I think that's a terrible move. He wasn't very good his first year. I mean, the Giants tend to do that. They used to overpay guys their first year, and they turn out to be absolute dog water. So I'm not happy with it. The O-line was fine without him. Um, it's not really a smart move. The smartest thing they did so far was franchise tag Leonard Williams. I
I
thought that was the
agree.
best decision that the Giants made because he that was his best season since his rookie year. You know, he's what he had like 9 sacks or something.
Something like that. I could fact
Yeah,
check it if you
yeah,
want.
great run stopper. So yeah, that's what I'm most excited about. But the Nate Soldier signing, re-signing, whatever it was, I just don't like it. I think that was a terrible mistake by Dave Yettleman because our O-line without him was perfectly fine. I thought. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
there was definitely problems, but you know, he's not solved any of them with him on our team because he was part of the problem.
Well,
So
maybe because, I think we got that new O-line coach. I don't think Soldier has played in the rotating line system yet. Like, the Giants did that quite often this year. Like, Will Hernandez wasn't in for all the stats, someone else would be in there. And maybe they'll go in a direction like that. Maybe try to go for some depth. But speaking about strategies, where do you think the Giants go here? What moves would you like to see?
just don't do anything stupid. That's the first off. I my biggest thing is just more depth. Um, maybe like you said before, we were talking about it earlier. Maybe some more linebacker depth would be nice. Some O-line depth, maybe. Maybe get some backups. Maybe a nice corner, a nice secondary help. Even though we just need another corner to really complement Bradbury because I think McKinney is going to blossom this year. He's going to have a really good year.
Oh, I completely
Um,
agree. I think McKinney's gonna have a really good year. He ended the year great. He had 2 interceptions at the end of the year for the Giants, so I think
yeah,
that's
I
big.
know because he's solid. He's an absolute stud.
Alabama,
Um,
baby.
um, Jabril, I love Jabril. I think that was the best part about the Odell trade, even though we gave too much up.
Interesting thing.
Um,
Interesting thing. I saw an Instagram post, and a lot of people were saying the Browns still won the trade because Odell, but like a lot of people are like, wait a minute. I mean, the Giants also got like Dexter Lawrence technically from that trade, and like Olivier Vernon hasn't done anything, so the trade really wasn't that bad.
yeah, wait, what was the part of the original Olivier Vernon deal? Was it just a pick, or was it just like
I think
Cause
we
I don't
got,
remember.
I think we got 2 picks from it to be honest.
Cause I don't,
Let's,
I can't remember that deal too much, but he hasn't done anything. Cause I haven't heard his name since today, actually, since you mentioned it. Cause I forgot about him. Um,
yeah, man.
the no, I Odell's definitely a good receiver, but we gave up a little too much at the time because Baker Mayfield sucks and Eli was actually a capable quarterback who gave the ball to Odell. Um, and Jabril is just very solid. I love Jabril's a playmaker. Um, but going back to the secondary, just we need that one other piece. I feel like in the secondary that can solidify us our defense as being a top tier defense.
Alrighty, so back to the trade, the Odell one. It was Odell and Olivier Vernon for Jabril Peppers, the pick that turned out to be Dexter Lawrence, and the pick that turned out to be O'Shane Sims, the X-Men baby. So, I don't know. I think it's honestly a pretty even trade now, especially because Odell got hurt last season. Hoping for a good recovery for him. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a shame. But
Yeah, boo hoo.
yeah, boo. Yeah, that's really how I feel. But it's 4 o'clock. Free agency has begun. It's time. The frenzy has
Wait,
started.
so going back, what was that Marcus Cannon deal? Like, yeah, because I'm looking it up now. How much was it for?
Marcus Cannon. Do. I think it was Marcus Cannon to the Texans from the Patriots for a couple of picks. Um, he, I think they said the reason was he didn't show up to workout, like mandatory team workouts, and that's obviously not a good
So
thing.
the Texans are dumping their picks to get Marcus Cannon because
Yeah.
they don't have any draft picks to begin with. So
The New
I'm
England
like,
Patriots have agreed to trade longtime right tackle Marcus Cannon, great player by the way. I think that's a pretty weird move by the Patriots, to be honest, to the Texans in a deal that involves a swap for mid to late round draft picks. So
fourth, fifth, and sixth. That's what I read at an Ian Rappaport. Which
Ian
is
said fourth, fifth, and sixth.
so what? They're not gonna that. Oh God, the Texans are just terrible. I'm giving up on the Texans, man.
No, yeah, I don't like they go to rebuild, but then they trade their draft pick unless they think the haul for Deshaun Watson will be that big. Which, on the topic, I think the two best landing spots for Deshaun gotta be the Panthers and the Jets. I mean, he played at Clemson. There's the Panthers connection, and the Jets just have so much cap space. I mean, they could definitely take the contract.
I just feel bad for Deshaun at this point. You know, it's like the guy lost what D Hop, and now he lost JJ, and
All
no
of his
one's
friends are
there.
gone.
Will Fuller's done because of roids. Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. I mean, but now going to the Jets. The Jets actually stated that they're not parting. They don't look to part ways with Sam Darnold. You saw that?
I did, but I think they're bluffing.
No.
You never
Sam
know.
Darnold's a good QB, but just not on the Jets. I still believe that any quarterback that goes to the Jets just ruins their career. It's just the Jets. It's just the curse. It's just the Rex Ryan curse in quarterbacks. Like there's no other way to put it.
I mean,
This,
yeah, I mean, I guess. But
there's no
I
other way to
honestly
put
think
it.
a great trade for the Jets would honestly be sending Darnold to San Francisco for Jimmy G.
I don't know.
I mean, they need a change up. I mean, the 49ers are in a weird spot. They're kind of like they made the Super Bowl, then injuries. So they're still a really good team, but maybe they need some
Yeah, but they
more.
got bombarded by injuries though.
They
Like their
did.
team was still good, and they still won games with without their half their D line, without half their defense, regardless, and whether it was starting quarterback. Like they had how many different starters? They just have Nick Mullins starting this whole year,
I think they had
basically.
3 or 4 because they also had what's his face? Shoot. I forget his name. I'll look that up too.
Nick Mullins, but Deshaun. Like thinking about teams with Deshaun.
Oh,
Do
CJ
you think about
Beathard. That's CJ Beathard too.
C.J. Beathard? Like
Yeah,
if
so
you
I
think
think they
about
had
teams
3.
that I think that Deshaun like good landing spots for him. Like if you look at teams who really need a quarterback, he could go to the Niners. I mean that could be a good fit. You know, they got a pretty decent offensive line. They got some weapons. George Kittle's a big target. But if you look at teams that would have made, which I don't know what the Colts were doing, to be honest, which goes into Carson Wentz. Don't get me wrong, Carson Wentz is a good quarterback, but Deshaun Watson's there. I mean, Philip Rivers just retired. I mean, that takes you to a Super Bowl team by signing Deshaun Watson or just getting traded for him.
I think, honestly,
That
if
was
the
the best fit.
Bears want to go for Russell Wilson or the Bears want to go for Deshaun Watson, if they somehow get one of those guys, I think the Bears instantly become the favorite in the NFC North. Because think about it. They made the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky. A
And Nick
franchise
Foles.
quarterback? Yeah, exactly. A franchise quarterback with that defense? I mean, Aaron Rodgers is good, but the Vikings, the Lions, like, the Bears instantly go to a Super Bowl contender, in my opinion. Especially
Oh
if,
yeah,
what's the deal with Allen Robinson? Do you know if he's staying or
I don't know, but he is a very good. He's another very good free agent who
if
I
the
will
Bears
be
keep
interested.
Allen Robinson, man, like I don't know. They're going to be a team to watch out for, to be honest.
Yeah, because the franchise QB, wow. I didn't even think about that. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, man. I think I think some interesting stuff could happen here. And I'm excited. I mean, it's a slow start. Nothing has happened so far that I see. We'll keep it going for as long as we see fit. Maybe to like 6:36. I doubt anything gonna happen at night, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and see. We'll take our time with it.
I'm trying to think. Other teams need quarterbacks. Well,
I
obviously the
mean,
Giants. That would be huge if he comes to the Giants. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that would be a perfect spot for him. You know, got some good weapons over there. Got a
Daniel
decent offense.
Jones. He's a great
Defense is on the rise.
prospect. We'll let you have him.
Dude, Daniel Jones needs to go. That's what they should do. Honestly, if I'm being all honest, Deshaun Watson should come to the New York Football Giants, and he will be the best quarterback since the Giants and Eli Manning, which is not that long ago, but still.
But
This man
still.
will do so much damage. You're playing against the Cowboys, who are so inconsistent. You're playing against the Redskins. Oh, excuse me, the Washington Football Team, and you're playing against the Eagles. All right, that division is god awful to begin with. You get a nice franchise QB on your team. You get rid of Daniel Jones. Maybe you throw in a draft pick or two. Don't care. Just do the same deal. You know, just copy and paste the Lions and the Rams deal. You know, we'll
Just
take on
quarterback for
Deshaun Watson.
quarterback?
Just Deshaun Watson. You know, we receive, and then we give them Daniel Jones and 2 picks. I mean, it's fair. I mean, we're getting a franchise talent like one in, you know, however, because that guy is a franchise talent, and with this rising defense, if they can get Deshaun Watson and you have Saquon Barkley, man, just running that rock, and you get the weapons. And honestly, I mean, the only bad part then about the Giants would be Evan Ingram.
I mean,
receivers
he's
can
not
do
that
it.
bad. It's just the kind of the fact that he drops the ball. Like, if he could just work all offseason just catching balls like 18 hours a day, just maybe he could be an elite player.
He sucks. I mean, he can't even run block. He can't even run block, which is like unbelievable. He can't pass block. He can't do anything.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is a
the only thing he's
liability
good
in the
at is
long game.
fast. He's just fast now because he can't even catch anymore. And his route, he can't even run routes that well. I just don't. Man, he's the biggest part. Him and Daniel Jones are the two biggest problems with the Giants, because right now you got a guy who's just so inconsistent at quarterback, who is a bust. I'm sorry, he's just not good. And you got Evan Ingram, who just can't catch and do anything. And somehow he was a Pro Bowl tight end.
Well, talking about the NFC East here, Dak Prescott, huge contract. Do you think it was a good move? Yes or no?
Yes and no. See, that's the thing. I gotta see, because I mean, how many games did he start before getting injured?
I think he played 4.
4? I mean, in those 4 games he did put on a show. Not gonna lie, he was the only reason why they were relevant still, the Cowboys. With the leg injury, like, you gotta see how he bounces back. He's not gonna be the same player, because obviously he broke his ankle. I mean, every time you break anything, you're not gonna be the same player. But I do hope the best for him. I mean, I don't hate the guy. I think it was a little too much money. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good talent, he's a good player, he's a good quarterback. But is he worth that much? No.
And another thing, speaking of quarterbacks here, had leg injuries, big free agent from the Washington Football Team, Mr. Alex Smith. Where would you like to see him? What system do you think he would work well with, or do you think he just calls it a career? What you thinking?
I want to see him play for another team. Starter, backup. You know, he's a really good player. You know, they should rename the award after him, the Comeback Player of the Year award.
I completely agree.
Because that guy is an absolute tank. But I definitely want to see him on a team.
Maybe as like a backup, like a Fitzpatrick role. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, something more like a mentor, almost like Fitzpatrick was to Tua.
Yeah, maybe a team like the Bengals, like backup of the Bengals. You know, help
that
Joey
wouldn't be bad either. That wouldn't be bad either. Or maybe honestly, even come to the Giants, man. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Give him a nice deal.
I don't think he would do that.
Jones.
I think if he would go somewhere, he would want like the potential to be a starter. Like maybe if the Dolphins don't make a move for Deshaun and like they already got rid of Fitzpatrick, but Fitzpatrick says he wants to, keep playing. Like maybe Alex Smith can step into that role. I mean, he clearly still has the talent despite that Joe Theismann like injury he had. So
Yeah. I know. Well, that's another good place for Deshaun too. Is in Miami as well.
I
When you
would
go
love to see
quarterback for
him in
quarterback.
Miami. Him and Devontae Parker. I mean, I think Devontae Parker might be one of the most disrespected wide receivers in the league. I think he's really
He's very
good,
good.
but
He's a very underrated receiver. He's underrated like Terry McLaurin and like receivers like that. That talent Miami showed this year was just unbelievable. No one expected them to go to 10-6. I know I didn't. That team is just sort of shocked the hell out of me, and they should have been in the playoffs. It's sad to see that they weren't because they had such a great season.
definitely. Do
But
you
no,
think Devontae Parker is better than Odell and or Jarvis? Like, do you think the Browns should have kept them at the time, or
I think he's better than Jarvis. I mean, Jarvis hasn't done that. I think Jarvis is overrated. He's definitely still a good receiver, but he's not like he once was on Miami. He was better on Miami. Um, yeah, and Devontae Parker is just he's a really big threat when you play against him every Sunday. He's a great number one. Um, he's definitely one of the, like I said before, he's one of the more underrated receivers in the league. And he's gonna have a really good. He's gonna have if he gets a good quarterback, or if Tua just plays better, or no matter what. But if he gets the ball in his hands this season, he's gonna have a breakout season. I think
I
even better than
completely
last year.
agree. I completely agree. And speaking of receivers, there's a name circling around to go to either the Patriots, Steelers, or the Raiders, and that guy's name is Juju Smith-Schuster. Where would he fit? What system would you like to see him in? Do you think he's staying or is he going?
I think it's a smart move for him to stay, because the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers' franchise alone just Big Ben's not the answer. I mean, he's definitely talented, but
Is resigned for
like
another year?
he did.
I believe so. I think they said they want him on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, because he's a good receiver. He just needs to cut the TikTok shit out, man.
Oh,
He
let's
can't
see.
be doing
Ben
all those antics on the
Roethlisberger.
field.
News. Um,
You know, it's like that's too toxic. It's like,
yes, Ben did sign with the Steelers for a 1-year deal.
oh god, that I don't think is a smart move.
I completely
Big Ben's
agree. I
not
think
getting
he's a
any
little
better.
old. No, he's going
I
down.
mean, Juju should stay on the team, and the Steelers should draft a quarterback in this draft.
I
They
think,
should start planning for the future.
yeah, I think they should. But at their draft position, I mean, it's gonna be tough. I mean, there's
Yeah,
not
but you can
much.
always find a late sleeper, learn a year after Big Ben. Yeah, Big Ben will still be a good teacher again, but
Maybe that's well. The Steelers did actually also sign Dwayne Haskins. If they want to try to groom him.
Dwayne Haskins, that guy's terrible. I'm so glad we didn't take him at least. Oh my
I
god.
mean, maybe it was just a football team system, you know.
Yeah, but they also do have Heineke now, so.
Taylor Heineke. To be honest, I think he was more of like a one-hit wonder. I don't think that like he's that big of a player, and I don't think he'll really make an impact on a team. I just honestly think that he'll have a you know like a 2-game stint maybe. Who knows?
That's true.
It's it's gonna be hard to tell to be honest, but
We'll see. How old is he? He's young, right?
he probably is younger, like maybe like a 26. I'm thinking. But I mean, I don't think he's a long-term answer. If you're watching, you have any questions, any things you want to bring up, please type in the chat. I'll be sure to answer those. We're just talking right now, waiting for something to happen because free agency is slow. Maybe people are a little scared of COVID or something. Do you think COVID will impact the free agency at all? Because of course you've seen people move like J.J. Watt and I believe Mark Ingram yesterday signing with Houston. Like, where do you think free agency is heading this year?
Um, It'll be the same as last year. Last year, a lot of people moved last year, right? if I wasn't mistaken.
No, yeah, there was some
During
big
COVID.
moves.
Yeah, I think free agency's gonna stay the same. I don't think COVID's gonna affect where people are gonna ultimately end up going. But
Right.
nah,
But do you
like
think teams would be kind of like stingy with their money? Like, oh, what if we take a big hit or something like that, you know?
uh, again, yes and no. It really depends on the team. It's not like yeah, I don't. It really depends on the team. Yeah, I'm not really too quite sure to be honest with you. Well, I just gotta see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, while we're waiting for some teams here, let's go for some teams' biggest needs in free agency, and we'll start from the top of the list from Madden here. Uh, I mean, first we got the Bears. I mean, what do you think they need? What would you like to see them do? Who would you like to see on the Bears, you know?
Quarterback. That's what's gonna take them to a big time playoff team this year and win the division.
As we
That's
mentioned,
that's
Russell Wilson, maybe. That would be crazy.
that would be or Deshaun. Deshaun would be a huge move.
Personally, I think if the Bears go anywhere on offense, they'll be in good shape. I mean, Aaron Jones, free agent. I mean, David Montgomery's okay, but like, imagine getting that star running back, trading for that star quarterback. I mean, Devin Mooney was a good pickup last year. It was a good bright spot. You can maybe go for a receiver as well. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Graham retired, but I mean, Cole Kmet's a good prospect, so I wouldn't really see him going tight end. Their defense is set, basically. I mean,
Yes, their
great
defense is very
defense.
solid.
So,
It comes down to their quarterback. I feel like they have the weapons to make the moves because you have Mitch Trubisky. If you can make the playoffs with Mitch Trubisky, like come on.
where is he
Like,
going? Where's Mitch going?
I don't know. And honestly, I don't think he should go anywhere because I think he's that bad. But
Free
in all
agency?
seriousness, probably a backup role somewhere. Um, like I'm trying to think who needs backup quarterbacks. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't see him fitting in anywhere. To be honest with you, I think he's just not a starter in this league. I think he's just a backup. How he's been shown. He got benched for Nick Foles, who is a backup. So
Yeah, well, Big Nick Dick is clearly an
he's only a
exception.
playoff QB, I guess. Big Dick
Yeah,
Nick.
only shows up when the time is right, you know?
Of course, I guess only for the Eagles in that one Super Bowl run when they
Yeah,
lost to the
he
Saints.
he could be bad in any playoff game from now on, and he would still be a legend. Oh, something happened. Here we go. This is actually a shocker. We just bought up the guy, but the Packers re-signing Aaron Jones. Now that's actually a shocker.
I don't think that's a bad move. I think that's a good move. Um, do we get details on how much money on the moolah?
Um, I'm seeing a 4-year deal worth 48 million, but when you have a depth chart with Jamal Williams, who's kind of like a Wayne Gallman player, and AJ Dillon, who's like a bona fide starter. I mean, well, not bona fide starter, but like a good rookie prospect. I mean, I always thought for sure that Aaron Jones was leaving.
I do like that move. However, he is a very good running back. He's a very good talent. Um, it just helps Aaron Rodgers open up the passing game. There's a lot of stuff they do there. Open up the play action. Also, they'll have a nice solid running game with Aaron Jones. Because you remember was he like one of the best running backs in fantasy last year too?
He definitely was. He helped out my team, I know that, but at the same time, like, he was on and off injuries, you know? Like,
I believe if he can stay healthy, that is a very good signing in my opinion. 4 years, 30 million, definitely a solid option to have in your backfield with Aaron Rodgers. Just give him a nice weapon.
he is definitely a great player, but I don't know. I think a team definitely should have jumped on him, unless he, like, clearly didn't want to go, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
maybe he's just happy in Green Bay, playing with your boy Aaron, who's the reigning defending MVP.
yeah, MVP Aaron Rodgers. Remember when People were telling him he was washed and they draft Jordan Love. And then, oh, dude, what a story. There was a
Because
great year for stories this year.
you faced off because he was a pissed off Aaron Rodgers. That's what he was the whole year. He was just pissed off. Oh, he just showed out.
He's a
That's what
bad man.
that's what goats do. They get pissed off when they show out, like Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, easily a Hall of Famer, right? You think so?
Yeah, probably first ballot.
Oh, I think so too. I mean, is he better than Brett Favre? That's a good question right there.
Um, that one's a little too close. I'm gonna go with no, but I think by the time Aaron Rodgers' career is over, he will be, if that makes sense.
So, how long do you think he'll play? Like, where do you see Aaron Rodgers calling it quits?
I think if Aaron Rodgers wins another Super Bowl, he'll be better. He'll be better than Brett Favre.
Really?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that's what it is. Like he's got to win another Super Bowl.
that's gonna be hard. NFC's really tough now.
Especially that division. Well, it all comes down if Packers get a quarterback. Not the Packers, sorry. The Bears get a quarterback.
Yeah, but big signing, surprise, definitely shocked. I could definitely see him going somewhere else, but I guess he loves his house in Green Bay. Maybe couldn't get rid of that lease. We don't know the story, but Aaron Jones to the Packers. As we wait for some more intel, let's go back to some of these upper teams, talk about them. The Bungles. Oh, the Bungles.
My boy Joey B.
Oh, I mean, hopefully he could come back to form, but I mean, AJ Green, he's getting old. Is he staying? Is traded? Will we be even, a capable wide receiver with the Bengals? Like, you tell me, what's your thoughts on AJ?
He's not what he once was, especially after all those injuries. I do like him. He still is a good player, but not like I said, not like what he once was. But I don't think they need him. They have a lot of weapons there now. You got Tyler Boyd, who's emerging as the #1 guy there in Cincinnati. You also have what's his name? Can't remember his name.
Wide receivers?
Wide receivers, yeah.
Oh, T. Higgins?
T. Higgins, he's a nice #2 option. I mean, they weren't even throwing the ball too much to AJ Green this year.
Maybe that's like more of like a coaching scheme kind of thing. I mean, also when you have like Ryan Finley or Brandon Allen throwing the ball, that's not really a key to success here.
Yeah, but also with Joe Burrow starting, I mean, he found his targets in mostly in Tyler Higbee. What am I saying? I'm drunk. In yeah.
T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
There you go.
Let's see. I think what they need to go after is definitely a lineman. Joey B is in trouble. I think they should draft a lineman. I think they should go after lineman in free agency. I mean, the Bengals, I think, were the worst offensive line in football.
Yes, they were. That offensive line was. Cause that's what happens when you don't build an offensive line. Because Joe Burrow's gonna get killed. They have to protect their franchise guy. Joe Burrow is their franchise piece moving forward. I do believe he will be in the next 5 years. He will be in the same category as Patrick Mahomes. I think Joe Burrow is that good of a quarterback.
Really?
I believe in Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is a bona fide stud in this league, and injury. Yes, he had an injury this year, but he's gonna come back strong, and he's gonna break all kind of Bengals records this year for a quarterback. And I think the Bengals, they're not. I don't think they're gonna be a playoff team. But
Definitely not.
By 2022, I think it will be their time to make the playoffs. Maybe as a wild card.
Really? That's a bold prediction there, but they can't get nowhere without a lineman. And I think two people that they should definitely keep an eye out for is Eric Fisher, recently cut by the Kansas City Chiefs, and maybe even Kevin Zeitler from the New York Giants. I mean, try to bolster maybe a guy on the outside, guy in the interior. I mean, let's get Joey B safe here. I mean, you
You
can't
gotta,
just
gotta protect the franchise. Gotta protect the franchise.
easily. And I mean, man, they have so many holes in their team. I'm looking at that roster now on Madden. I mean, I'm not even seeing any linebackers, man. They just need they need to rebuild. They need a good draft. I mean, that William Jackson guy actually ain't a bad corner, so they could probably sneak in with cornerback. That's the one position. Like their secondary is good. I'll give them that. Their secondary is okay, but literally everything else on the ball needs to be changed. Besides, actually, no, they're good at D tackle too. So, I mean, if I was a GM and I was, you know, with the Bengals, I mean, I would start making a splash now. You got to build around a franchise before it's too late. Alrighty, well, just let's check in. Let's refresh the page real quick, see what's going on in that NFL world. Looking for Mr. Ian Rappaport here. Nothing really. Nothing. Alrighty, so we'll go on to the next team here. The Buffalo Bills. Now, the Bills, in my opinion, Super Bowl contender. Josh Allen proved the haters wrong. I mean, Stephon Diggs, big time receiver. Same with Cole Beasley. I mean, even Dawson Knox. What, he had like 10 touchdowns last year? Where do you think the
Yeah.
Bills can improve on to take them to the next level?
Uh, it's a good question. Bills did a lot of good things last year. You know, they found their franchise quarterback. They found their number one receiver in Stephon Diggs. Their defense was very solid. The best thing I can see for them is getting more help, a little more help for Josh Allen. Zach Moss will still develop as their running back, but I don't think he's going to be the answer for them in the future too much. I think he's definitely a solid back, but maybe as a number 2 guy. Like if they can find a solid number 1, and I don't think Devin Singletary is going to cut it eventually either. If they can
I
find
don't
a
think so
solid
either.
number 1 guy at running back, I feel like that will help them get over the hump. Maybe a little bit more defensive help, even though the defense is very solid. But the main takeaway that I saw from the Bills is they found another team that found their franchise quarterback.
It was a
And,
good year for quarterbacks last year, I'm going to be honest. Maybe the
yeah,
break with COVID helped out their arms or something. Maybe, you know, healed some injuries up. Personally, I agree with you. I think the Bills could really use some help at the halfback position. Um, Maybe some offensive line help. And, but more importantly than offensive line help, I think maybe even, you know, a secondary. I mean, I think we all remember that crazy play, the Hail Murray. Remember that to DeAndre Hopkins?
of
I
course.
mean, high scoring game, burnt toast. They couldn't stop the Chiefs. I mean, I think secondary. I mean, Tre'Davious White also got hurt. I mean, that's also a big factor.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely second. Maybe some secondary help too. My main thing is helping out Josh Allen and finding a nice running back to complement him. I'm not sure who, not sure from where. Could be in the draft, could be in this year's free agency, or maybe Zach Moss can just blossom this year and he'll turn out to be the number 1 guy. But or even Devin Singletary. But yeah, Josh Allen, great QB.
most definitely. Let's just check Ian Rappaport because he always got that up 2 minutes ago. Ian Rappaport says that he believes that's going to be quite a slow free agency, considering that the top 2 linebackers and top 2 running backs have already agreed deals to stay with their current teams. Talking about, of course, Aaron Jones and who else? Who else could he be referring to here? Probably Christian Kirksey, Mark Ingram. I mean, people have gone already. I mean, so maybe a very slow free agency this year, as we mentioned before, but we shall see. Next team, we got the Broncos. What would you like to see the Broncos do? I mean, I heard Von Miller like wants to stay, but at the same time, he's, you know, a little frustrated. Of course, you had that fake Instagram scandal thing with him saying he wanted his girlfriend to have an abortion or something like that.
Oh God, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, so I think it was proven to be fake. Don't quote me on that, but a lot of drama with Vaughn. Do you think they should move on, keep him? Is Drew Lock the answer? I know they re-signed Philip Lindsay, so they got Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay in the backfield. So
Uh, Vaughn. Vaughn is definitely a good player, but right now I think the Broncos at this point should just blow it up because everyone thought last year was going to be their year and they were going to be a nice breakout team, but it turns out it wasn't their year. Um, Drew Lock is not a bad quarterback. I mean, he is the best garbage time quarterback there is out there. For all the gamblers
as
out there.
Barstool Big Cat.
Uh, Von Miller, if you trade him, you can probably get some nice assets out of him. Maybe a couple picks, maybe a player. I just think the Broncos. I think it's time for them to blow it up. I think it's just not working. I think their main problem is John Elway. I think John Elway being there just doesn't help them. I think John Elway's been holding him back since Tim Tebow. Um,
Really?
yeah, I don't see John Elway being the answer there in Denver. I think they need to part ways with him, and once they do that, they can start, getting back into the fold of things and becoming a good team again.
All right, and of course you got the Cleveland Browns made the playoffs like first time since what, the 90s? I mean, they did well too. I mean,
Another team that surprised me.
yeah, they beat the Steelers in the playoffs. I mean, we all remember that. I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster too busy TikTok dancing, couldn't make a catch.
TikTok dancing on the freaking field, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
really,
he was
he was the bad Juju of the team. He was the bad Juju, like literally.
He was.
He jinxed the team. They were 11-0, then they just fell off a cliff. Lost in the first round. That's unheard of.
What happens when you talk smack? You get clapped.
Who was that guy who hit him after he was dancing on the logos?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Oh man, that was great. I remember being so happy.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Cleveland Browns, I think if Odo recovers, they're good on wide receiver. Austin Hooper and David Njoku are a solid tight end, so I think their offense is honestly pretty set. They have a good offensive line. Jedrick Wills, one of the most underrated rookies of the year, in my opinion, because shout out to all the big boys up front. I mean, no one gives love to the poor linemen up there, man, but they hold down the trenches, and I really think that the Browns have a good offensive line. And, I mean, Olivia Vernon stinks, as we mentioned. Myles Garrett's a franchise player. I mean, from what I'm looking through Madden here, just looking at the rosters, I could definitely see him going for secondary or linebackers, but as Ian Rappaport said, linebackers, the top two are already off the market, so if the Browns want to make a move, they got to make one quick. I mean, kicker Cody Parkey, I mean, ugh, where do they go from here? Like, how do they elevate to the next level? Just like a team like Buffalo.
In my opinion, I think it comes down to Baker. Baker did have a great year. I mean, he did have a good year last year. I think he needs to keep playing that way for the Browns to be successful. With that being said, they have a really good two-headed monster in the backfield. They need to keep that going. That is the best two running back duo I've seen in quite some time.
Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, that was crazy. Teams can't
really
stop
good combo
that.
in the backfield. You had guys like in their secondary. What's his name? I can't think of his name either.
What position?
Corner.
Corner, we got Denzel Ward, we got Terrence
Denzel Ward,
Mitchell.
there you go. Denzel Ward had a really good season this year too. In my opinion, it comes down to maybe fixing up some of the defense. Even though the defense plays solid, maybe get a little bit more.
They did hold their own against the Chiefs, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Patrick Mahomes did get injured, but that was in, like, what, the third quarter? So, like,
Yeah.
they still held their own. It was just they didn't have the firepower to keep up with the Chiefs.
Maybe some help, like you said, for Olivier Vernon. Um, 'Cause I don't think he's been that special.
They should probably
Uh,
retire.
Jarvis wasn't bad. I mean, he was okay. I mean, they're not really utilizing their tight end. I mean, their receivers that much.
I
They are a
think
big
there was
tight
a
end team.
stat. I think there was a stat that Baker threw the least amount to wide receivers out of any other quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, he loves his tight ends. Austin Hooper had a really good year this year, and so did the other guy. I can't think of his name, but his tight ends had really good years this year. I think we got to see how Odell comes back, and my biggest takeaway is if Baker Mayfield can play like he did last year, because he did have a good solid season, but for them to be good again, that's what needs to happen, and just to hope that Chubb and Kareem Hunt just do what they do, 'cause that combo is very deadly.
Alrighty, and next we got not the Stanley Cup. It's not hockey. The Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady signed a 1-year deal. If he plays that long, I mean, he'll be the oldest quarterback, I think, in NFL history. I believe Levante David might be a free agent. Let me fact check that. I thought I saw his name. Oh, no, I'm probably thinking of Quan Alexander. It could be both, though. No, yep, Levante David is there as a free agent. I mean, Chris Godwin. I mean, I think he recently signed. I think he took a pay cut to stay with the Bucks. I mean, they're just such a good. They're a super team. That's what they are. They are the definition of a super team. They are the Golden State Warriors of the NFL. And I mean, you got playoff Lenny, Ronald Jones. I mean, when Tom Brady's your quarterback, what can you even improve on a team like this?
That team is very solid. That team, oh man, they just had a great ending to a great season. From there, start looking towards the future maybe for Tom. I mean,
So you're thinking like a
that's
quiet free agency and save for the draft?
yeah. I right now that team, man, is just it looks good. That team has the potential to go back to back, depending on how Tom Brady does. Tom Brady's the GOAT, so I mean that guy looks like he can play till he's like 50. So
Sadly,
I,
we need to get him out of here.
sadly, but man, that guy proved Tom Brady proved a lot of people wrong, even including me. I thought Tom Brady was going to drop off after this year. I thought it was a dumb move. I thought he should have just retired. I thought he was done.
Yeah, I thought this
But
was
the
gonna be
dude
like the
comes
Joe
back.
Montana tour with Kansas City
Yeah,
Chiefs, you know?
comes back. He was 10-6 and makes an incredible playoff run. I mean,
Wild card team, nevertheless, fifth seed.
wild card team. They went in. You know, they played a weaker team in the football team.
What was the last time a wild card team won the Super Bowl? Was it the Steelers? Giants?
Might have been the Steelers or Giants, one of the two.
Like, it's not an easy thing to do, let alone be in the 5 seed. In a 7-team
Yeah.
format now, that's, a lot of teams, strong talent. And they beat those teams. They beat Rodgers. They beat Breeze. I mean, the football team was a little easy. He beat Mahomes. Like, the
Yeah,
Bucks are
those
no
are
joke.
like went into New Orleans, beat Drew Brees, then went to Green Bay, beat Aaron Rodgers, then you beat
MVP.
the MVP Aaron Rodgers, and then you beat the former MVP Patrick Mahomes.
It's just an
So
unreal story.
guy's the GOAT. Guy's 7 rings. He's more rings than NFL teams.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He,
Going for 8.
he,
Like,
he's like Thanos with all of his freaking gems in his hand. Except Thanos had 6 and he had 7. So
he's even
yeah,
stronger
Tom
than
Brady.
Thanos. He made his own Infinity Stone. The Brady Stone.
A Brady Stone.
Dude, it's just immortality. No aging. Like, forget about the time stone. It's useless when you have the Brady Stone. Like, it's ridiculous. Oh my god.
Guy's the GOAT. That's all I gotta say.
Guy is the GOAT. Then we got the Arizona Cardinals. As we know, free agency picked up Mr. J.J. Watt. I mean, they have a solid team. I mean, Kyler, unpopular opinion, he's not that good. I mean, he has his moments, but like, very streaky player. I mean, free agents this year, I mean, big pieces. Like, I believe Kenyon Drake's a free agent. Is Larry Fitzgerald gonna return? Like, there's so many questions. What direction should the Cardinals take? Should they stay quiet? Should they go for a big fish? What you thinking?
Um, I think they kind of found their big fish in JJ Watt. Um, I think it just come down to them choking.
Good
In
old
my opinion.
EA not updating their rosters, by the way. Just want to point that out.
Nice. I mean, that's making him awful. Um, I think you know, they found their big fish in JJ Watt. I mean, it's kind of surprised to me that he went there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I thought it was going to Pittsburgh.
And what they need, definitely defensive help. Um, they needed the biggest thing in my opinion. They need to utilize Isaiah Simmons more than what they did last year. I mean,
I mean, he still had a pretty
Isaiah,
decent year, you know.
yeah, but he is a great athlete and he's a great talent that needs to be utilized more than what Arizona did. He's just that guy's a monster, and they need to put him. If they want to win on defense, that man can put them. He's a difference maker. He will make the plays that can change games in seconds. They need to make. They need to make. They put him in positions so where he can make great plays so they can win basically. Um,
I
and
think,
when it,
I
when it comes out
think
of the
that.
offense, sorry.
Nah, you go. Finish your point.
So like, and I think Kyler's gonna have a better season. I think it was just what a sophomore slump.
I mean, he didn't really
Uh,
slump. It was a good year. It's just I don't think he's as good as advertised.
but I think next year he'll have to have a good year. He'll have a bounce back year because he'll get some more time with D Hop. He'll work with him. He's a great leader, on the field. So, and I just think he will come back and he'll have a good season. Wild card team I see this year,
Yeah,
but
tough division.
really tough division.
I think where they should go is definitely tight end. I mean, Max Williams is good. He's a good run blocker. But if you get like a guy like maybe like a Hunter Henry, because he's not with the Chargers anymore, I think another weapon like that on top of D Hop and Christian Kirk, I think that could be really lethal for them. Really
That
make
would
that
be a really
offense
good
like,
move.
because remember you got to now go up against the Rams who now have uh, Matthew Stafford and like the Seahawks if they keep Russell Wilson. I mean, it's just such a hard division. Jimmy G, like they need to keep up, and I just think they just got to keep on bolstering that offense. I mean, Buda Baker's a stud on the team. Chandler Jones is a stud on the team. I mean, they got pieces. They just need to find a way to glue it together. Like last time I saw them as dynamic as this year is that year they made the Super Bowl and lost to the Steelers, where Santonio Holmes made that toe tap catch.
Yeah.
I would like to see them go to that for him because I really do like the Cardinals. I think they're a solid team that, just can't catch the dub at the end, but I would definitely like to see them get more offense.
Yes, I do agree.
Leading to the next team here, we got the Los Angeles Chargers, almost called them San Diego. Justin Herbert, rookie of the year. I mean, well
Great talent.
deserved. I know a lot of people think Justin Jefferson, but I mean, when you go for a quarterback like Philip Rivers and then find a gem like Justin Herbert, like you just got to take it and run with it. What can the Chargers do to avoid a Philip Rivers scenario? Like, what can the Chargers do starting this free agency to get them on the road to become a playoff team and maybe a Super Bowl contender?
Like I said, it's been the theme of mine. Get it built around your franchise player, man. You need to give him some weapons. You need to protect him. They need to find what's his name still there coaching? Because he did not put on a
Yes,
good show.
I
He
think
did not.
Anthony Lynn is still the coach. I could confirm that though.
He has not been doing a good job over there in over what is what is L.A., San Diego, whatever over there in the Chargers. Um, the coaching needs to be 10 times better.
No,
Herbert balls
Anthony
out.
Lynn actually left. He got fired from the Chargers.
Who's there
And
now?
I do not know, but I believe he's the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions right now, Anthony Lynn. And that's where he did have his success in his career. I mean, he was a great offensive coordinator. But let's see, who's
But
coaching the Chargers?
it just comes down to coaching. They need to protect Herbert. They need to keep, I mean, they have some great. Well, Keenan Allen is a great weapon. That's a great start. And an experienced receiver getting the ball in his hands from a nice young quarterback.
Brandon
Uh,
Staley is the new Chargers head coach.
Brandon Staley. Where
Brandon
was he
Staley.
before?
Uh, I do not know. Maybe he was like no thanks. I'm scrolling. I'm looking for that head coach. I'm not seeing anything here. But he's new. Maybe he's a college guy. Let's see. Brandon Staley, 17th coach of the Chargers history. Uh,
What the Chargers need to do is like I said before, they just need to build around Herbert. They need to find some better coaching. Like I said, protect him because you do not want him getting hurt.
He was the defensive coordinator of the Rams this past season, by the way.
Coordinator of the Rams.
Yes.
So the Rams weren't bad. They did a good solid defense. It just, like I said, it comes down to coaching and giving him weapons, and he just needs to grow his hair back out because this short hair makes him look like the kid from Toy Story. Like, he can't be having hair like that, man. But he needs to get the flow back. That's the Chargers' success when he's gonna have that nice flow in his hair, you know, like the nice hockey flow.
Yeah, his beautiful hair. I think I said it when it happened when he was my fantasy league quarterback. I was like, dude, he cut his hair. The season is over. Like, I was so upset.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. He just needs to keep his hair and the nice chill flow, you know, like he's going out with his boys on the pong and rip some Whitney off the top shelf or something. I don't know.
Top shelf wit. Oh boy, he's buzzed. He's buzzed, boys. So he should just turn into a hockey player, basically. He should retire from the NFL, you know, take up the sport of hockey, skate up the laces in LA, maybe join the Chargers. Not the Chargers, the Kings. They need help, right?
Yeah.
Justin
They need a
Herbert,
lot of
quarterback of the LA Kings now.
Oh God, that would be a show. Is he any good at hockey? You think he's gonna be good at hockey, Herbert?
Oh man, an Oregon boy. I don't know, but I mean, I think he should stick to what he's good at. Yeah, I think he should stick.
Baseball and football his whole life, probably.
No, you should definitely keep the hair. I think that's the most important thing to the Chargers' success here. I think
Just keeping it there.
keep the hair, win games, take wits from the top shelf. I mean, that's where he got to go. Austin Eckler, I mean, if he could stay healthy, they got a good running back there. I believe it was Joshua Kelly. I think he was a decent backup, and I think Balayage, whatever, he went and became like the leading rusher of the league for 2 weeks. Like, I mean, they got some good running back depth here. Wide receiver, I think it was Tyro. Oh no, Tyro Williams actually came from the Raiders. He's on Detroit now, by the way, if people didn't know. But I definitely think they could use a number 2 wide receiver. They got to replace Hunter Henry. I don't know what their plan going forward is, but I mean, we'll see. I definitely think, just like the Bengals, they need a good line to protect their quarterback. Mike Pouncey, obviously, as you know, retired. Great careers from the Pouncey brothers. They both retired at the same time. I think that's fitting. They entered the league at the same time. A good choice by them. Great careers. It's going to be hard to replace players like that. So I think the Chargers should definitely go there. We got Brandon Kelly. Thoughts on Brady agreeing to a 4-year extension? I honestly think if Brady can play, I mean, he can play. I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier. He is the GOAT, undeniable. He got the Brady Stone. Like, he's like Thanos times 2. He'll never not be good until, I mean, that's not true. I mean, his knee That knee surgery is pretty tough. I think the Bucks are kind of on that Super Bowl momentum, that mentality like we win, you win, but like soon they're gonna have to start looking for a replacement and stuff going downhill from there. But back to the Chargers here. Linval Joseph, an old guy, maybe they need some DT help. But I really like where the Chargers are heading. If it's true that their new coach was the former defensive coordinator of the Rams here, I think that's a great pickup, and I'm thinking that'll lead to great success there in LA, no longer San Diego. And then we got the Chiefs here, cutting both their tackles. What do you think their strategy is, Brett?
I don't know. I just know Mahomes is gonna die. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I mean,
Yeah, after that Super Bowl?
yeah, that's what they need. They need that old line help. They need some defensive help. They
I
got the
mean,
weapons. They got the quarterback.
when you invest that much money into your stars, though, do you think it's worth it to dismantle the O-line?
Not at all. I mean, the old line wins you the games. The old line protects your quarterback. Make sure your quarterback's healthy on the field.
I mean,
They needed they needed all the help they can get. I don't see that as that's a setback. I mean, I really don't know what the goal was there.
I'm looking at their backups right now. They have a rookie, a left tackle named Prince Wanago. Never heard of him, but maybe they see something in him. And at right tackle, they got some depth, but again, another rookie. Maybe they're hoping the rookies can step up, but I think it's a poor strategy by the Chiefs, and it might cost them playoff time.
I do agree. Well, I'd step out, Jason, for 1 minute. So
Alrighty, we'll be back.
I'll be right back, and I'll let you know.
I'll keep the show going, waiting on Ian Rappaport. Give me something to live off of. Very slow free agency here. When I'm looking at this Chiefs roster, I'll keep it going. I mean, Tyrann Mathieu had a horrific Super Bowl. I mean, such a good player. I don't think he should really look for safety help yet. I mean, there's not much you could do when you're that up to the cap. I mean, DeAndre Baker with that whole fake robbery thing, or the charges were dropped against him. I mean, that's definitely a confidence decline, but I think that's a great budget pickup. Maybe they could rely on the secondary more this year. Yeah, looking at this team, I'm thinking linebackers for sure. But again, at the cap crunch, they can't really do much. When we talk about the Colts, we got new man in town, Carson Wentz. I mean, Phillip Rivers obviously not there no more. Brissett's a free agent. I think he would be a great fit to a team like the Bears. I mean, what can they use here? Pittman Jr. was a good wide receiver. Has a little bit of a dropping problem, but he could work around that with a little help in the offseason. T.Y. on the decline. Still a good player, though. Trey Burton, I mean, looking real quick. I mean, their line's good. Best line in the NFL by far. I mean, I don't think there's really a debate there. Tight end. Yeah, I think the Colts could really go for some weapons here. Just a quick look at the roster. DeForest Buckner, great year, by the way. I think it was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, Big Buckner. You know? Yeah, definitely offensive weapon help. I mean, I think Carson Wentz is going to thrive in a new system. When Brett comes back, we'll talk more about that. But I think he's really going to do something this year. Rodrigo Blankenship, the goggles. Everybody loves the goggles. I think the goggles is the GOAT. I think, he does Legos. Who doesn't love Legos? Legos is building blocks just like he builds to the team, He's the GOAT. I mean, I really wish Madden updated their rosters. We'll talk more when Brett comes back about the Colts, because I think they're an interesting case. What's going on here? Ian Rappaport is still quiet. Nothing's going on. Anything good here? Packers re-sign Benedict McKinney to Shaq Lawson, 1-for-1 trade, not bad. Mario Edwards, 3-year deal, $11.5 million. That's a pretty good deal. I mean, he's a good budget player. Def wins championships. Not much going on. Slow free agency here. If you're enjoying the stream, leave a like. We're just hanging out. Nothing too big. No video production going into this. If you have questions, leave them in the comments section. We'll be live for maybe like another hour and a half. We'll see how stuff goes depending on where the stream is going. Hope you're all having a good day. Really trying my best out here to keep the energy up, the production value high. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I guess while I'm here by myself, we could talk about the direction of the channel. I am working on a video about me going to a Rangers game. I'm really learning how to edit, so that's taking a little while, but I can't wait to get that one to you. I was thinking maybe want to do some food reviews. Next month when next PS Plus game's out, maybe I'll do like a free game Friday. I have some ideas. I'm definitely going to work on some stuff. I'm going to definitely post more. I've took a year hiatus, so I'm going to do the same thing on the NHL trade deadline. I definitely have some plans going on. Shout out to my girlfriend. She's been helping me out a little bit, teaching me what I got to do. Yeah, definitely going to try to post more. This is fun. Always enjoying helping the people. You know, that's really the direction the channel wants to go. If I gain some traction, maybe like somehow get like 100 subscribers or something, maybe start doing a little bit collabs with some of my friends. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I mean, YouTube's fun. Even if you're not making money, it's fun to make, you know, entertaining videos that people could just watch for free. Don't have to pay for no Disney Plus or ESPN Plus. So, love YouTube. Definitely posted more. And yeah, still looking for some news. Very slow free agency. It's a real shame. I was expecting it to kind of pop off when I heard free agency today, but I'm sure it's going to be a week thing. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Definitely want to make more hockey content. Madden's a dead game. I'm only on here to show the rosters. Slow free agency here. Don't have any sponsors. Can't shout out anybody. Only have like 14 subscribers, but that's cool. We're just here to chill. We're relaxing. Thank you to the 14 people subscribed. Means a lot. Yeah, we're moving right now. We're sitting on the Colts, waiting for my boy Brett to come back. He has a YouTube channel. I'll maybe put a description there in the bio. Yeah, we're definitely working. Definitely moving. After stream, I gotta grind some homework, you know. I got stuff due today. Big college student. Maybe watch some Attack on Titan. Something's loaded on my free agency page, so I've seen a loading button. Maybe it's just an update of something that already happened. Yeah, nothing crazy going on here. Very slow day. I mean, sometimes you have it year to year, you know? I mean, not every free agency can be a absolute banger. I mean, what was that? Oh, I'm trying to think of some of the best free agencies I remembered. I think 2016 was a really good one. Yeah, while I'm here, I mean, we can definitely do some homework while we wait. Logging in. Oh, what's going on here? Oi, oi, oi. Remember, kids, stay in school. Don't forget to do your homework. That's important. If you have any questions in the comment section, I'm looking for you. If you have anything you want to hear my opinion on, what you think would be something good, You make sure to leave that in the comments section below. I'll get to you when I can. Waiting for my friend Brett to come back, you know. Thank you for all you joined the stream. Really means a lot. Always fun talking to you guys. Dinner's coming up soon. That's always good. Entertaining the masses. Nothing really going on. Let's see what's going on here. Does Ian have anything for us today? Man, it's a tough one this year, boys. Bad day to start the, you know, the first stream. Oh, it's tough, but can't always get lucky, you know? Sometimes you gotta brave through the storm, like Logan Paul's box break, Pokemon. You know, he pulled those 2 Charizards early. That's kind of like us right now. The hype early, and now we're just here talking, but that's okay. Gotta live through the tough patches. So just doing some homework while I wait for Brett to come back here. We're talking about my homework's involving South America in the news and about events in Latin America, so that's what's going on for me. If you like more streams like this, leave a like down below. It would mean a lot. I have 2 previous YouTube videos. If you'd like to check those out too. The first one was just a test run. I mean, that's not really a YouTube video. But the second one is my first shot ever making a YouTube video. It came out about a year ago. I went to the Rangers game with my friend Brett, who's on with us now. He's just currently in the bathroom. Went to a Rangers game. Was a funny video. I'm making an upcoming video that'll come out soon. Same topic. You might be wondering, how do you do that? Well, worked a little magic, but got into a Rangers game. We'll just say that. It was a fun experience. Yeah, definitely a lot going on. A lot I want to do. A lot to do, don't know how to do it. Kind of like that scenario. Checking Ian. Big Ian rap report. Nothing. Jeez, Ian's leaving us out to dry. Ian! Where's Jerry World? Where's the boys making trades, huh? Let's see what's going on in the other sports.
We're alive.
We're live.
Good.
He's back. We're living
We're
life.
good.
What's this carrying on the stream, buddy?
Yeah, all good. Entertaining the masses, you know.
Entertain the
It's our
masses.
specialty.
That's what they say, buddy. Entertain the masses. So, I got to the Colts here, and I wanted to have your input on how Carson Wentz is going to do this year. What you think's up for Carson Wentz, and how will we fit in this new system? Will it be good? Will it be bad?
I think he's gonna be. You know what? Surprisingly, I think he's gonna do pretty well. I've been saying it since mid-season that he should be going to the Colts if Philip Rivers retires. I think Carson Wentz is gonna have a better. Carson Wentz was never really a bad quarterback. He was only bad because the Eagles made him bad. Because the Eagles are just a terrible franchise to begin with, and I think that now he's on a capable team. He's got a decent offensive line. He's got average weapons. He can make something happen. He's got a great defense behind him, backing him up.
I mean, he did have that one season, which is almost MVP caliber.
Exactly. So, I think he was getting a lot of hate because he didn't have enough time in the pocket. He he was forced to make decisions. Granted, is he the best quarterback in the league?
No.
No. Is he a starter? Yeah, I think he's a starter. I think this year he has to prove himself, though. He has to prove himself again. I think this is a good opportunity for him to prove himself, and he's gonna run with it. I think, and I think he's gonna be a nice option um, in Indy for the foreseeable future.
No, yeah, definitely. The Colts are in a weird spot though because they're like one of those teams that make the playoffs every year and just get eliminated right away. Like, I mean, speaking of free agency, I mean, as we know, today's been very slow, unfortunate, but we work through it. That's what we do to entertain the masses, you know? We entertain the masses here.
Of course, of
Although it's
course.
slow, like, we gotta talk about something, and that something is why can't the Colts get over that hump? What do you think's holding them back?
Um, First I thought it was quarterback and Philip Rivers. I think Philip Rivers turned the ball over way too much.
Yeah, very
I
sloppy
don't
with
think
the
it's
ball.
their. I don't think it's their defense. Their defense is one of the best defenses in the league. Um, their O line is getting better. They led by your boy Quentin Nelson.
I think it's the
Love
best O
that
line in
dude.
the league, to be honest.
Yeah, it's really a really good O line, really solid O line. I thought it just came down to turnovers. They just turned the ball over too much this year, and to win football games, you can't turn the ball over.
What I think is the key to success here is building. And you know what's so great about building, Brett?
What's great about building?
You can build with anything. And
Yeah,
you know who's a great builder?
who is a great builder? Bob?
Rodrigo Blankenship. He
Oh
builds
God.
Legos. He builds
Oh,
brick by brick by brick. That's what he does. He plays
oh
with
God.
Legos in the NFL, has a girlfriend. Colts have to build around him. I think that's the key for the Colts, to be honest.
Oh God. All
Dude, like,
right. Well,
look at this guy's face. Like, on my screen right now. Viewers, look at that face. You can't tell me that Rodrigo Blankenship isn't the answer.
uh, sure. You know, what? Sure. I'll go with Blanker Shift. Why not? Because he's a kicker. Honestly, though,
Yeah.
if him and Young Ho Koo got into a boxing match, though, I'm taking my boy Young Ho Koo.
Dude, I don't
That
think
dude.
Blankenship would beat, like, a fly on the wall, to be honest.
I think. I think Young Ho Koo would mess that dude up bad. I think he'd be like he hit him with the 1-2, like Papa,
Papa.
drop. Like that's the matchup we all want to see.
Oh, we got
You know,
something. We got something. Oh my God. Breaking news. We got something. Drew Brees has announced his retirement from the NFL.
wow.
Oh my God. What a legend. An absolute legend. Easily first ballot Hall of Famer. It's a shame that they couldn't get it done one more time for him, but oh my God, what a career with the Chargers to the Saints. 19 years in the NFL, Brett. 19 years. Lost a legend in the league today. I mean, we're expecting probably Larry Fitzgerald maybe to make the same decision. I mean, it's time for these
Wow.
legends to start going, but I
About to
mean,
cry, man.
I know we knew it was coming, but it
Oh wow,
still
that's
hits
actually mad
hard.
sad.
No, I'm very upset, especially the way how at the end of that game when he looked back into the crowd. Oh, jeez, man. Hold on, let's look up some of these career stats for Drew Brees because we need to give credit where credit is due. Because what a player, one of the greatest of all time. All right, so in his career, he maintained a completion percentage over 65%, 80,000 passing yards in the NFL. 571 touchdowns with only 243 turnovers. Wow. Quarterback rating of his career close to 100. Wow. I
Man,
mean,
that's unbelievable.
and his height of his career, I mean, a career high, he had 46 touchdowns in a year. I mean, his career low in interceptions actually happened in 2019 with only 4. His best quarterback rating year was actually that same year, last year, 2019. So it's not like he wasn't playing good. It's just he wanted to call it quits. I mean, yeah, 2,000 yards is a big drop from the 4,000 he used to do, but he still do 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I mean, it's a shame to see him go.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. You know, he was a generational talent. It's a shame that he's just no
Great
longer
guy
in the
too.
league.
Great guy. He's like a J.J. Watt kind of guy, like
And
Walter Payton Man of the Year caliber, you know?
all I got is it's just sad to see. And just seeing these legends retire, me getting old. These were the quarterbacks I grew up enjoy watching. Has one Super Bowl ring to his name. Wish he
Should
would
have
have
had
gotten
more.
more.
Yeah.
Should have had more. Should have had at least two more.
The refs killing him with the Rams game with that PI. I mean, then you had what? Then you had the miracle in Minneapolis with Stephon Diggs. I mean, just some bad luck with the defense on that team. Just really, really put a dagger in it. And I guess he's
Um,
maybe wants to spend family time now, you know?
Best to him. Great
Most
stand-up
definitely.
guy.
Yep.
Um, I'd like to see him commentate. I think he'd be a really good commentator, actually. Follow the Tony Romo role. And yeah, I wish for the best for him. And congrats, Drew, on a great career.
Yeah, big ups. Thank you, Drew, for the memories, man. Some great, great quarterback play over this 19 years of his career. So there was finally some news by Ian Rappaport. So I mean, probably not the news you wanted to hear, but at least it's something. Um, he actually posted something. Let me read you the tweet here. The tweet from Drew Brees was, "After 20 years as a player in the NFL and 15 years as a Saint, it's time I retire from the game of football. Each day I poured my heart and soul into being your quarterback to the very end. I exhausted myself to give everything I had to the Saints organization, my team, and the great city of New Orleans. We shared some amazing moments together, many of which are embodied in our hearts and minds and will forever be a part of us. You have molded me, strengthened me, and inspired me, and given me a lifetime of memories. My goal for the last 15 years was striving to give you everything you had given me and more. I am only retiring from playing football. I am not retiring from New Orleans. This is not goodbye, rather a new beginning. Now my real life work begins." That's Drew Brees, the last tweet in his NFL career.
Wow.
Very sad, but we cannot dwell on the Drew Brees retirement this whole stream. We gotta move on, and the next team to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I have to transition somewhere. Sorry, Drew. We must move. We move. We entertain the masses here, you know?
Oh God.
It's the
Where to
theme. We
start with this
entertain the masses.
Wait, where do we start with the Cowboys, though, man?
I mean, we already talked about Dak's contract, right?
They're
I
just
mean,
bad. Oh my God, they're terrible.
Zeke fell off a cliff. I don't know if he was
Zeke's
like,
awful.
feed me. Like, I don't know if he was only eating McDonald's, not eating his greens or something, but he fell off a cliff last year. If the Cowboys want to go anywhere, he definitely gotta get something going. Amari Cooper, good wide receiver, but again, disappointing. Viral video actually came out of him yesterday. Denying to eat meat delivered him from Salt Bay. Did you see that?
No.
Dude, like he thought it was a little sus or something. Didn't want Salt Bay putting meat in his mouth. He was like, "Nah, man, allow it." Like, dude, just eat your steak, Amari. Like,
Oh
what's wrong with
God.
you? Like, ego head.
Oh God. Oh God. Well, that just describes the Cowboys right there. You know, Cowboys are just god awful. They're just. I gave them too many chances. It was their fault. They should have won the division last year, and they didn't because they suck. Even with all those weapons, and their defense was even worse. Now, what they need to do in free agency, their O-line needs to get healthy again because they need them. Clearly.
Decimated O-line. Absolutely. It's a real shame. From the best O-line to the league, and then with Travis Frederick retiring, Zach Martin's injuries, it spiraled out of control.
Tyron Smith's injuries.
Yep.
You know, it's
Yep.
just they need to. They also just need defense. They just don't have any defensive help. Their linebackers always get injured. Their D lines, what is DeMarcus Lawrence is just throw it out there. He's a little bit overrated.
I
Just
think
saying.
he's good. I don't think he's like. I mean, maybe a little overrated, but I mean, like,
And their
I think he
secondary
can
is
still get it
just
done. Their
there's
secondary needs help.
I can play safety better than who do they have there now?
I mean, I'm
I,
looking at their
I
team. The one thing I will say though is a lot of room for an improvement. Very young secondary. We have Chidobe Awuzie, 3 years in the league. Anthony Brown, 4 years in the league. Jordan Lewis, 3 years in the league. Maurice Candy, 3 years in the league. And Trayvon Diggs, rookie. I mean, I think that's what they should go after in free agency. A veteran cornerback. They need some leadership in that secondary to, really bring the locker room together. And I think that's something they're definitely missing to honestly make them a Super Bowl contender. I think the Cowboys are, with Dak Prescott, not without, with Dak Prescott, a very good football team.
with Dak Prescott.
Emphasize with. We love the Rocket Dalton, the Red Rocket, the GOAT,
You know,
but he can't get it done. He can't. Not by himself,
no,
at least.
they need Dak, and it's true,
No, yeah,
and it's true.
definitely. Um, Tony Pollard, do you think he'll start over Zeke? We talked about the slump of Zeke, but will Tony Pollard take the starting job?
Um, no, no. Zeke's still not. I don't know. He's not a bad running back, but I don't know what kind of display that was this season. That was just not good. That was not the Zeke that everyone knew, and he needs to be a good running back again. He needs to start playing like he did his rookie season and his sophomore season, because this year he just did not play. He wasn't good at all. It was embarrassing.
What about tight
Zeke,
ends?
tight end wise for Cowboys,
They got Dalton Schultz and they got Blake Jarwin. Do you think they should carry on with those two?
they're definitely I would say average tight ends. Nothing too special. I think their money is better be well spent more towards their defense. I think their defense is what improving that will help them win more games, because, like I said, their defense is just that terrible. Their tight ends, however, they're average, not bad. You can get by with them, in my opinion. But their real help lies in the secondary. They need help in the secondary, and they need their linebackers to stay healthy.
We're gonna have a special guest in the comments soon. Our very good friend Doug. I told him we were talking about the Cowboys. He said he'll be on in 5-10 minutes to go in the comment section and give him his input about what the Cowboys need for agency from a Cowboys fan perspective. I mean, I'm sure we're pretty knowledgeable of football, you would say, right?
Nah, Jason doesn't know anything. I know everything.
Well, I believe we both agree here that
Well,
it's going to be similar. Like, I think he's going to say definitely secondary help and O-line help. I think he'll agree with us in that way. But
in all seriousness, though, their O-line just needs to stay healthy, and
they're a good team. If
Zeke needs to bounce back. He needs to have a
Dak
better
needs to
season. Dak,
recover. Yep.
Dak needs to recover, and they need secondary help. That's what it comes down to.
Completely agreed, sir. Now we go to the Dolphins, everyone's favorite underdog team. I mean,
Man,
is Tua the answer? A lot of people are doubting him. They're saying that Fitzpatrick bailed him out a lot of these games. Like,
man, people need to just relax a little bit. People need to relax, okay? He was a rookie. It's his first year in the league. All right, so everyone just take a chill pill. Just let the kid play. In the NFL nowadays, I don't know why the NFL is all about like, oh, quarterbacks need to win now for them to be good. Like, no, like just relax. Come on, relax.
yeah,
Tua,
he's still a young player.
he's coming back from a really tough injury that rookie year. Um, Again, he's a rookie. He's got time. He's got a whole offense to learn now. Offense, a whole off season to learn now from his mistakes. Um, he's got the legs for it. Quarterbacks say have to be very mobile. I do believe he'll make better decision making. During this offseason, he will become a better quarterback. I have a
No
gut
sophomore
feeling that he
slump.
will be.
No sophomore slump for Tua.
No, I think he's gonna come out and he's gonna be slanging that thing. He's gonna do a really good job. I think he's gonna take the Dolphins to the playoffs this year. I strongly believe that they're gonna have around the same
Like a 10-6 kind of season with a
Yeah,
seven-team
10 and
format.
6, 11 and 5. Make
Yeah.
that wild card. The Jets and I believe they can be at the Jets and the Patriots. Um,
Patriots re-signed Cam, by the way. Side note.
that yeah, we'll get into that when we get to the
Yeah, we'll
Patriots.
get there when we get there.
Yeah.
But
Um, but yeah, I think he's the answer. I think he's a solid option, and people just need to give him time. Everyone just needs to relax and just calm down with all these rookie quarterbacks.
if we're keeping Tua, man, what do you think the Dolphins should do to help the team around him? I think their line's pretty good. Sadly, apparently Eric Flowers just has a career year when he's not with the Giants.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
thanks, buddy.
understand. Yeah, I hate that dude with a
Me
burning
too.
passion.
Ruined my life. Gesicki's a good tight end. I mean, he's a solid player. Like, their offense is pretty good. They could maybe use like a third string wide receiver. Didn't they just release Kyle Van Noy? Isn't that something that just happened?
Kyle Van Noy.
That's an
Oh wait,
interesting
who
one.
again? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was
What's
focused on
up?
something else. Wait, who are we talking about now? Sorry, I wasn't paying
We're still
attention
on
for
the
a second.
Dolphins, but like I think
Dolphins.
Kyle Van Noy.
I don't know. I actually don't know. We may have to look it up. Might have to
Yeah,
look it
they
up.
cut they cut Kyle Van Noy, which is interesting because he was one of the leaders on those defense. So I mean, I guess they could maybe use a replacement for him, but
Maybe
they
it was
could
a
also
money
try.
problem. Maybe.
I was looking at some of his tweets and he looked pretty upset with management. So maybe he just
Yeah.
didn't sit well with the team. So they could definitely use some linebacker help. Xavier Howard bounce back year, probably one of the best cornerbacks of the season.
Yeah.
Noah
Solid.
Igabangahe, however you say his name. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but he was a pretty decent rookie. Uh, to be honest, I think they should definitely work on the back end of their secondary. Strong safety, free safety. Their kicker is pretty good, so don't have to worry about that. So yeah, I think linebacker and safety help, and maybe another wide receiver, but that's if you have money to spare. Maybe. But I think the Dolphins are a team that's more suited to grow in the draft rather than free agency.
Yeah.
I think every team has to have a time where they they build their foundation off the draft rather than just grabbing random people from free agency. And that's a lot of teams' problems. They don't take the time to build a good team. But the Dolphins are on track.
Yes, I do agree.
All right, then we got the case of the Philadelphia Eagles. I honestly don't even want to talk about this team because the disrespect they pulled in the last week of the season on my Giants. I don't care. You should have won more 6 games. Teams tank all the time. No, shut up, yo. Like, no one blatantly tanks on TV like they did. That was disgusting. They put in Nate Sudfeld. He has a 56 overall in Madden. Like, ugh, dude. I don't even want to talk about this team, but we must go on. Gotta entertain the masses. Carson
Uh,
Wentz is gone. Jalen Hurts has the head. Do they go for a backup? Do they just rock with Nate Sudfeld as the backup? Like, what did the Eagles do about their quarterback situation?
well, obviously they're going all in on Hurts, whatever, however you say his last name, whatever.
Hurts, he's in pain.
Hearns, Jalen Hurt, whatever. You get the point. They're going all in with him. I don't think it's a bad move. I don't think it's. I'm kind of confused what the Eagles are trying to do.
Yeah, are they a contender? Are they a pretender? What are
Yeah,
they?
like I don't know what they need to find their identity this offseason.
I definitely think they're a team that's like, we're going 8-8 this year. Like, they're one of those.
I think the best thing, yeah, I do agree. I think the best thing they did was get rid of Doug Peterson. That dude just, yeah, he did
He
bring them
did
one
get
Super
canned.
Bowl.
He did get canned because all my shooters hate Doug Peterson.
Yeah, it's just that was a smart move. I did agree with that. But this offseason they need to find their identity. They need to find
So you think it's more of like a
they are.
management thing?
Yeah, because
I
after
mean,
that showing in week 17,
yeah,
whatever,
like
the last week of the season, that's embarrassing. Granted,
Deshaun.
as a Giants fan, they should win more than they should win at least 7 games in a season. if they
Yeah,
want to be a playoff
unbiasedly,
team.
you know.
But that just looking at it from an unbiased football fan, like that's pathetic.
I think we all know where the Eagles have to go in free agency this year, though. And it has to be wide receiver. Deshaun
Yes.
Jackson left. Good. Racist. Uh, Marquise Goodwin's okay, not the best. Jalen Reagor was decent. Travis Fulgham had 3 good weeks and ruined my fantasy team. Alshon Jeffrey's washed. I mean, they need help catching the football.
Yes,
I mean,
they
I
do.
believe last year they were on practice squad receivers. They had like JJ Arcia Whiteside playing and like Deontay Burnett.
Their best
Like,
receiver was what's that guy? He actually emerged to be a really good player.
wait, no, I'm good. No, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
what was his name, Jason? You had him on your fantasy team. I forgot his
Travis
name.
Fulgham.
Travis Holcomb.
He had 3 good weeks and then fell off a cliff.
I mean, for considering, I mean, he's not really a bad option. I mean, one of your options to go with.
No, yeah, I don't know. He was pretty streaky. He's on and off player. I still think they definitely need help on the wide receiver end. They just need to go all in and keep on trying to find the answer. And in this draft, there's a lot of options. I think it's a very receiver-oriented draft this year, so I think they should definitely find someone to pair with Jalen Reagor. Offensive line is okay, not the best. I know they drafted that guy. I forget his name, though. Let me try to find him real quick. No, it wasn't you. Oh, I forget his name, but I mean, I think they're pretty good on the O line. Their running game is always really good every year. Their cornerbacks are pretty trash as well. Yeah, so I think skill positions have to be where the Eagles have to go. I mean, cornerback, receivers. Like, they just need a lot of help there, and that's all you can really say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we got. Oh, sorry. I feel something. I feel something in my throat. You know, there's something in my throat. Oh, sorry. I think I'm choking. Oh
Yeah.
wait.
What
Oh,
is it?
it's the Falcons. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
oh,
Oh.
sorry. My bad.
Oh.
Oh, I apologize if there's any Falcons fans watching this stream. Uh, yeesh. You got issues. Matty Ice, his time's running thin. Uh, let's see what else. Todd Gurley, what do you think about his performance this year?
He was alright. I mean, he wasn't like, oh, it's Todd Gurley from his rookie season, or oh, it's Todd Gurley from his third season, or it's like he's just not the same player.
I agree. The too many injuries, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. I mean, I mean, he's definitely a starter in the league, but he's not what he once was.
We're gonna take a quick
He
break on the Falcons real quick because I think our boy Doug is gonna be here any second to have his input on those Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Right? That's what Steve and I always used to say.
Yeah, or something like that.
He'll be in the chat dropping his comment in a couple minutes. Until then, we're just gonna refresh Ian's. Nope, Ian got nothing. Ian's lame. Now you know what? Why wait? Let's see. Now let's go back to the Cowboys. Our good friend Doug's gonna hop into the chat and type his opinion here about what these Cowboys need to succeed. Doug is a Cowboys fan living in New York. You know, interesting choice of team, but let's hear what you gotta say about them Cowboys. If you're enjoying the stream, give a thumbs up. Here with my boy Brett. He has a YouTube channel. We'll enter the comment section below.
Monster 77. Also, kind of promote my channel here quickly, Jason, if you don't mind.
Oh, of
If you
course.
guys are, if any of you guys are interested, I'll drop a link. I'll give Jason a link. I'm starting a Discord. It's mostly COD based. Check out my channel, Monster 77. Um,
You do COD,
I
right?
do.
Mostly
Yeah,
COD?
mostly COD, but it's a mix of everything. I play a little, but the Discord is mostly be COD. So if you're interested about playing like 8, scrims, Warzone, zombies, anything news, update related, come and join the Discord. Come hang out. If you want to play with me, my boys. Also looking for teams for 8s and scrims. Um, Let me know and just join the Discord. And yeah,
Link
also
will be in the
77.
description once this goes live, after the live stream is done. Uh, Always pleasure to have Brett on the channel. He was at the game last year in that older YouTube video. We have to do that again. We gotta find a way to do that again.
Yeah,
Most
yeah, not
definitely.
not and not and not not black out this time, and just have a fun family experience. You know.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, it was fun, I have to admit. When I went, it was a good time. We should definitely try to go again because let me tell you, you're not gonna have another experience like what I had recently on the upcoming video I'm making. It was a surreal experience for the fact that there was no one in the stadium. It was incredible. So I think it'd be pretty cool because like we have basically a whole section to ourselves. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So we should definitely try to get that on. Uh, we're on these Cowboys now. Talking about them again. Oh, accidentally hit on Zach Martin. Don't want to do that. He'll be with the comment shortly. Let's see, what else can we talk about these Cowboys that we haven't talked upon already? Up here, never mind. Hold on, we got the comment. First overall pick. So let's see. His preference is as cornerback, like I believe we mentioned before. Cornerback is definitely a need for the Dallas Cowboys. They're young, they have to grow. They have a very young secondary, as we mentioned before, 3 and 4 years. D line and backup O line, and we just need to get healthy. Completely agree, Doug. I mean, it's something the Cowboys really gotta, well, not work on. I mean, maybe it's something with their training staff, or you know, I don't know what's going on up there at the medical ward, but their O-line has not been healthy. Like, you go to the O-line, Tyron Smith, he had a neck injury. Then we got Connor Williams, Joe Looney, Zach Martin, injuries. Leo Collins, injuries. Like, they need help on the O-line, as in, like, getting healthy. Cornerback, they're suffering. And yeah, maybe some D-line help. If you're still in the comments here, Doug, what's your thoughts on D-Law? Keep him? Upgrade? What you thinking? I mean, solid player, maybe not worth the money? He's taking up too much cap room to be doing that little. Fair enough. So that's probably where the D-line upgrade definitely has to be. I mean, not a terrible D-line, but I believe their defense really let them down. I feel like after the Dak injury, they just stopped playing. So if they could, like, square up the secondary, bolster up that D-line, get depth on the O-line, Dak returns to form, big key. The Cowboys are going to be a solid team. Thank you for your input, Doug. Always appreciated. Good friend, good friend. Always a guy. And we'll move back to the... Sorry, I keep on choking. Falcons. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Alrighty, let's see what we got with these Falcons. Let's see. We talked about Todd, right?
Yep.
Ooh, here... I am indeed always a guy. Yes, Doug, you are. Let's see. Russell Gage. What's your thoughts about him this upcoming season? He was pretty up and coming receiver. Like
He's a nice third option there over in
third
Atlanta.
option. You
I
think
think,
that's someone the Falcons should keep and move forward with, or do you think they
yeah,
should try to get someone? Or
I think that those three receivers over there in Atlanta are the best thing going for them right now.
uh,
You got Julio, Calvin Ridley, and
I genuinely think the Falcons aren't a bad team. They just can't get it done. They can't close it out.
no, they're not a
Like
bad team. They're just like you said,
they've
they
been
just can't
in
get it.
these games. They've been in all of them. They just they just need people with more poise, like more composure, like maybe a disciplined player. Like I don't really know. Like if you're a Falcons fan, I mean, what do you say? Move on from Julio? No. Move on from Matty Ice? Maybe. Your line's okay. Like, what do you do with a team like that, Brett? Tell me what you're thinking.
Um, well, my big thing was management there. I think they needed part of me thought for a while they just need to blow it up, like the whole team. But really looking closer, it just came down to management. Did they fire the head coach yet?
What's his name? Daniel Quinn?
Yeah, did they fire Dan Quinn yet?
Let's see. I think he did. I think he's with the he's with the Cowboys now. I forgot. Yeah.
I mean, that's a start, but they gotta do more. Like it really just came down to coaching a lot of the time there. Like, yes, he did help him on that big Super Bowl run, but it all started there when they choked against the Patriots. Kyle,
Yeah, he's a
when they were up
defensive
20.
coordinator for the Cowboys. Yeah. I
When they
mean,
were
maybe he'll do good as a D
six, right?
coordinator, but interrupting this program, breaking news. The Saints are in the works with trying to sign Jameis Winston to go ahead as being their next starter. Thoughts on that, Brett?
I mean, if he doesn't turn the ball over,
I mean,
I
what?
mean,
He went 30 for 30 with the Bucks? That's not. I mean, 30 touchdowns is great, but like.
30 is great. 30 interceptions is terrible. So it's like you gotta, yeah, come on, Jameis. It's like famous Jameis, pick one. It's like
Oh, yeah.
pick who you want to be. You want to be the 30 touchdowns or the 30 interceptions?
You did call it earlier in the stream, though. You did say that Jameis is going to re-sign with the Saints, so big kudos
Yeah.
to you there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jameis
Big
Winston
career
as a
right there.
starter, let's take a look at the Saints here. Can they go far with someone like Jameis? Like, do you think that's too much of a downgrade from Drew Brees, or?
Um, After this season, no.
I mean, Taysom Hill is also making 16 million. Like, throw him at quarterback.
But I don't see Taysom Hill as the answer either. I think the Saints need to start looking towards the future situation for their quarterback as well. I don't think Jameis Winston is going to be the future down the line unless he has a really good season this year. He has 30 touchdowns and like
Hold
10
on 1 second.
interceptions.
Keep
But
talking about it.
I think Jameis, is shows his moments of being a great quarterback. He definitely has potential to turn it back around, but I don't think it's likely.
Sorry about that. Jack Johnson was put on waivers. Thank God.
God. Oh God. But like I said, like I was saying, he has potential to turn it back around, but I don't think it's likely. I don't think he's going to be I don't think he's the option in the future for the Saints. They need to start looking towards the future, and by drafting a quarterback or maybe looking for one in free agency in sometime future, like maybe for this year he's the answer, sure, but not in the
And
future.
a little bit of disrespect from the Falcons, by the way. Well, maybe some respect, maybe some, kind gestures, but at Drew Brees, they tweeted, "We thank you, but we won't miss you." So, I guess a little bit of respect, a little bit of a jab before he's gone, but Falcons throwing maybe a little bit of shade at the Saints this year.
Well, yeah, a lot of teams are thankful that Drew Brees is not in the league anymore. That man is a great quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Again, if you haven't heard, Drew Brees has retired. Terribly sad that he couldn't get one more. But back to this Falcons team here. I mean, they got the pieces, man. They do got the pieces. They just, again, can't oh, actually, they drafted AJ Terrell last year. Yeah, they need secondary help. Keanu Neal is not coming back. He's had too many knee injuries. Yeah, they just really need to work on the secondary. And now we go on to the football team. The team without a name. The team that said the football team is a catchy name. The team that has, God bless him, Ron Rivera, cancer beater, as the coach. The team that had Dwayne Haskins as their starting quarterback for 2 days.
Yep.
Y'all walking with Rents this year? I'm rocking with Rents this year, to be honest. I think Wentz is going to do very good in the system. Guy's kind of the GOAT. I mean, not with the Eagles, though, because all my shooters hate Doug Peterson. Guy's a bum. Ruins everybody. Ruins himself. He should just cry in a corner and never come back to the NFL. But anyways, Washington football team. I mean, Alex Smith, a free agent. I guess they're going ahead with Taylor Heineke and Kyle Allen.
Wait, hold up.
We got something.
Bleach Report, Saints adjusting Taysom deal.
Adjusting the Taysom deal.
Contract to 4 years. Oh my god.
No way they gave him more money.
Oh my lord.
Did they give him more money?
Did you get the notification too on your phone?
I did not. What's going on with Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife?
4 years. $140 million extension.
No, you're lying.
Extension that will save over 7.5 million cap space. How? 4 years for 140. Oh, hold on. I'm. This is screenshot worthy. This is. Hold on. Hold.
Well, if it's an extension, they don't have to pay right away.
Hold the phone. Look at that.
Hold on. So they're working on Taysom and Jameis. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Here we go. Detective work. Alright, hold on. I'm going to his old contract here. So Taysom Hill originally signed a 1-year deal for about 13 million, right? 16 million in dead cap, which means the cap cannot be moved. Doug said it's probably in the back end of the contract. Yeah, it's an extension, so they won't have to pay that money up front. But now they're locked into paying a quarterback for 4 years, probably 20 million. I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither.
Maybe the Saints are afraid of losing their roster players because they're really close to the cap. Like, they're like at the point where they have to start getting rid of people just to be compliant to play in the NFL. Like, it's that bad.
Yeah.
So maybe with an extension that gives them some room to retain some players. Drew Brees retiring and get that contract off the team. Maybe trying to get a free agent. I don't know, but interesting news there. Good spot, Brett. Good spot. So yeah, the Saints are working both on Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston at the same time. So hopefully there's no conflict in the locker room there. But back to the football team here. Taylor Heineke as your starter. I mean, Antonio Gibson is pretty good for the team. You got Scary Terry, which is always a good player. Logan Thomas was a surprise.
Terry McLaurin's a savage.
That
guy is unbelievable.
He's a solid player. Their offensive line is solid. Best defensive line in the league, in my opinion. They're all first rounders and they're all studs. Chase Young is a problem. That man is bad. That guy will take out your knees, your tibia, ACL, MCL, concussion protocol syndrome. Like, that guy will get to the quarterback. I I just think the football team needs help all over the place. I mean, Landon Collins is kind of a bust of a signing, to be honest.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, I loved him as a Giant, but he hasn't done remotely close to what his contract lives up to. I mean,
That is true as well.
maybe not the Redskins, I'm sorry, the football team, maybe they're cut Alex Smith to clear the way for maybe a quarterback signing, maybe like a Jacoby Brissett or you know, someone. I mean, there's no way they could run with Taylor Heineke, right? What are you thinking? Who are they signing?
Maybe. I mean, maybe they are trying to go with Taylor Heineke. Maybe they liked what they saw in the playoff game. You know,
That was like
maybe they
three
just want to.
quarters.
Maybe they just want to see how he's. You know, I mean, in my opinion, I think the football team's desperate at this point. They're just trying to find answers for something. I mean, they just lost their
They
potential.
have a good coach, though. They have a good coach.
Ron Rivera is a solid coach. Props to him on his fight to cancer. Um, you know, no
Most
matter who it is,
definitely.
you never like to see anyone go through anything like that. But props to him. Very, very strong man. And very grateful. He's yeah. I can't put it into words, but beating cancer.
No, yeah. Let's take a look at some of these free agent quarterbacks here and see maybe where the football team is thinking. Alex Smith is gone, as we know. Jacoby Brissett is there. I mean, he's a decent option, not the worst, not the best.
Maybe
Of
they
course,
might be like looking towards a draft for a quarterback.
draft? What
Maybe
draft pick
late,
do they have? Can you look that up? What they got, like 18, 16?
something like that. Yeah.
Fitzpatrick, Tyrod Taylor. They got rid of Dwayne Haskins as well, of course. He was cut early in the year. AJ McCarron is there. I mean, they could go for draft, but I mean, at their draft spot, they're not going to get, that groundbreaking talent that they need to make the next level, because they do have a playoff defense. I will not deny that they have a playoff defense. Solid team. I mean, they could also use a right outside linebacker. Thomas Davis did retire, signed a one-day contract with the Panthers, so congrats on retirement, Mr. Thomas. It's
Yep.
always good to see.
They have the 19th pick.
19. Yeah, not really a good quarterback landing spot. Interesting to see what they do this free agency. Again, it's been very quiet today on this free agent frenzy stream. Just talking about football, doing what guys do. Let's move on to your boys, Brett. Your second favorite team, the 49ers.
Jimmy G.
There was an alert earlier today that said that the 49ers were going for big free agents. That I heard they're going fishing. Like, they're going to try to get back to that Super Bowl. I mean, of course, decimated by injuries last year. What direction do you see them going? Maybe with people with Richard Sherman or some of the older guys on the team. Even Jimmy G. Where do you see him going?
Me personally, I would love to see them keep Jimmy G. Your boy. Your boy's a big Jimmy G fan.
You have his jersey, right?
Of course, I do. The only few quarterbacks I like in this league, and Jimmy G is one of them. I would like to see Jimmy G still be there. I think he's Garoppolo goat. He is one of the goats.
Dated a porn star.
Exactly.
Important.
Just a handsome man. Just dated a porn star. Who else can date a porn star besides Mike Malak? I think give him another chance. He was injured a lot this year. He did help them go to the Super Bowl. Maybe not the extent they wanted to, because the running game kind of carried them to the Super Bowl, but still, he did lead them to a Super Bowl. I think he's a leader on that team. I think the guys in the locker room like a guy like Jimmy G. Most important thing is them staying healthy. Their defense, I don't think they should part ways with people like Richard Sherman. I still think Richard Sherman's a very good lockdown
There, I
corner.
disagree with you. I think he's starting to get slow in his old age. I don't think he can keep up with those youngins.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. It's Richard Sherman. He's like, how you can't disrespect him against star receivers. He's he's just a great lock. I think he's a great lockdown corner.
Yeah, when
So
was that? 2013? Where are we? 2021?
still, you can't disrespect
Don't
the
match me
man
with a solid
himself, Mr.
receiver like
Sherman.
Crabtree. Like, yeah, well, you're
I,
both about to be out of the league soon. I don't think Richard Sherman can get it done anymore.
I don't know.
Fred Warner is a great player, though. Looking at their team, I mean,
Fred Warner is an absolute savage.
first
Fred
round
Warner's,
last year, they got Kinlaw. So last year in the draft, they went D-line. So maybe they go O-line this year? Maybe O-line in the draft and maybe a good receiver in free agency? Because they got Debo, they got Brendan Ayuk. Maybe
yeah,
they need a
maybe
guy like a... Maybe they go for Kenny Galladay. That'd be a good pickup for the 49ers.
yeah, it would be a nice Kenny Galladay signing.
Yeah, or maybe
Um,
like... Maybe even like a Golden Tate. I mean, yeah, he's old, but like... They need a
because
third receiver.
no matter who they put in that backfield, their run game is always solid.
Yeah, they
I
got
don't know what
Raheem
it is.
Mostert, right?
Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman.
McKinnon, Jeff Wilson Jr. Yeah, they have a really deep running back core. So
No matter who they put back there, they can just run the rock very
I'm telling you, they're gonna make the playoffs next year. They have to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well, it's a
unprecedented
very
that
tough
team.
division.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like people just forget that like this team made it to the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, oh, the Rams got, Matt Stafford, or oh, the Seahawks are always good. They got DK Metcalf, or like, the Cardinals with JJ Watt. They forget that 2 years ago the 49ers made the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
this is a good team. They stay healthy. They're right there. And personally, the Seahawks, again, in trouble. Wilson wants out. But now we get to the big one. The one we've all been waiting for. The New York shit faces.
Oh my God.
I
Where do we
hate this
start?
team. There's so many things. I mean, let's just go with the quarterback. Danny Dimes. Oh boy. Has two wins in his career against non-divisional opponents. That's it, by the way. Colt McCoy, okay backup. Had almost the same amount of wins against non-divisional teams against the Giants as Daniel Jones. Like, is Daniel Jones the answer? What the Giants should do with him? You tell me, Brett.
No, Daniel Jones is not the answer. This guy cannot make a read on the field. He throws way too many interceptions. He doesn't know when to take a sack, when to
And
throw it
fumble.
away. He doesn't know how to hold on to the ball in the pocket. He can't. I can go on and on and on. This guy is not the answer. This guy is terrible. It's terrible. If you go back and watch his games, some of the decisions he makes are just mind blowing to me.
He is
It's
young,
like he
though.
hasn't.
That is the one
It's like
upside.
yeah, but like it looks like he hasn't grown from his rookie year to his sophomore year. It just looks like he's the same player, but he got worse.
He did
It
throw
doesn't
like
make,
2 more touchdowns this year, right? No, not even.
it just doesn't make any sense to me. Guy can't even run without tripping.
Bright
Like
spot, Judge is a good coach. That is true. Joe Judge is a good coach, but
Joe Judge, I love Joe Judge. I think Joe Judge was a great signing. I thought that was the best thing that we did as a franchise.
surprisingly, I thought it was a bad signing at first. I'm not gonna lie. I doubted the Judge, but
I gave him a chance. Jason Garrett, I mean, it's okay.
he's
I mean,
okay.
it's
Not the
like-
worst. Not the worst.
I mean, we need him because Freddie Kitchen can't call the plays. We found that out against the Browns.
Man, we could have beat the Browns too, but Freddie
Could've beat a
Kitchen
lot
put
of
up 12
teams.
points in field goals.
Could have beat a lot of teams. The defense looks solid. That's a takeaway that I liked.
Yeah, let's take a look at the defense before we jump off that subject. We got Dexter Lawrence at the left end, big run stopper. Leonard Williams, as we know, franchise tag, big pickup. Dalvin Tomlinson, I mean, another run stop. We have a lot of big boys. We are a run-stopping team. That's for sure. Linebackers, of course, you got Big Blake, disrespected by Madden with a 78 overall. We have some decent depth at middle linebacker, but our outside linebackers are lacking. Kyler Frackel's okay, but again, nothing too special. Bradbury is a very good cornerback. And look at good old Madden. not even updated to see Logan Ryan in the roster. Good job, Madden. You're really good, Madden. So apparently Logan Ryan has not played for the Giants this year, so that's cool. But we do have Logan Ryan, James Bradbury, uh, Sam Beal, disappointment of a player. Disappointment. Guy was so hyped up. Oh man, this guy's so good from Michigan. You know, he's gonna come into the lineup. He's gonna be so good. We did a draft exam to give him a third round pick to get him. Terrible. Hasn't played. He played one game in the NFL. Been hurt for 3 years. Thanks, Sam Beal.
Yep.
Oh, that's why they have Logan Ryan as a free safety for some reason. Good job, Madden. You're really, really doing well there. And then, of course, safety, we have Jabril. So, the Giants' defense is stout. As discussed earlier at the beginning of the stream, we could definitely use some outside linebacker help. Maybe not a big name, just depth. Where would you like to see the Giants go for the offense this year, Brett?
Where do I begin? Evan Ingram needs to go. How is he a Pro Bowler, first of all?
At Rob
Um,
Tonyan absolutely got robbed. Absolutely.
like what? What? Um, he needs to go. We need to find an answer at tight end really bad because he cannot stay on the team that much longer. Receiver wise, I'm okay with the receivers.
I mean, we have Slayton. He had a pretty rough year last year.
But
Sheps.
I think, to be fair, I think he is underrated. Um,
Golden Tate was obviously released. Don't know
yeah,
where he's gonna go.
I think I like that releasing Golden Tate. I don't think he was a good option.
He was more of a
Shep,
problem in the locker room
Shep,
than.
I want to see a nice big receiver, a nice outside guy.
Yeah, like where's our
Maybe in the
DK
draft.
Metcalf?
Maybe in the draft we find a guy like that.
For fun, let's see what receivers are available. We got Tim Patrick, AJ Green, Ty, Living Like Larry, Emmanuel Sanders. We
I would like to see a guy
got
like AJ Green.
Deshaun Jackson. To God, I hope that is not the case. Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay, I think, might be a little bit too good for our standards. You know, like he's at a point where he's like, Kenny's done losing. He's trying to go to a Super Bowl contender. You know.
Not gonna lie to you, I would like to see him sign a guy like AJ Green. The more I
AJ
say it,
Green.
the more I say it, you know, just don't throw too much money at him. Just give him a nice little contract,
Like a 1 year deal, 2 year deal.
1 year deal. See how he turns out. You know, obviously he's not the same player, but he's a big guy. He can go up and just grab the ball.
Yeah, if you're
thing I
looking at
want
our
to
receivers, we have a small core. 5'10", 5'10", 6'1", 6'1", 6'1", 6'3", but he doesn't play. 6'2", and 6 foot. Not very, like, where's our 6'5" guy, you know?
yes, and which leads me to my next thing. I believe that Saquon Barkley is the answer to this team. I believe that when he was in the lineup, we didn't. In the one game I saw, we did not find a way how to give him the ball enough. It was always the same inside handoff, inside handoff, inside handoff. It's like inside zone, it's like power. The one time we gave him space, the one time we hit him on a screen or something else, he would make a great play for big yardage. We need to put Saquon in more manageable positions where he can just go off and he can carry this team at times. He is a generational talent. He just needs to stay healthy. I think depending on how this year goes with him, I hope he stays healthy. Just he needs to play like his rookie year Saquon.
We do have
That's
Wayne
Saquon.
Train, though. Wayne Train is a viable backup.
He is, but Saquon is just an unbelievable athlete that just needs to stay on this team. And he is probably the best Giants player we drafted in quite some time. I think he overall
Even more than Odell.
Yes, I believe overall, in the long run, if he goes back to his rookie form and he stays healthy, he will be better. He'll end up being a better draft pick than Odell.
Well, let's hope he stays with us, unlike that snake. And now we go to the team with the first overall pick in the draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gardner Minshew will inevitably be replaced by Trevor Lawrence. What would you say? The best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck?
Yeah, I would say that.
Like,
Uh,
generational talent, but the Jaguars do not have a good history with quarterbacks. How can they turn the tides and make sure this guy develops properly?
it's first off by getting the O-line, beefing up that O-line, finding a way how to get it better. Draft some O-linemen in the draft. Look at your free agency options. He's got some decent weapons to start out with in DJ Chark, LSU boy, really solid receiver. Who's the running back now? Over
They
there.
got the undrafted free agent, James Robinson, I think his name was. Yeah.
He is.
What was he?
If something
First
goes wrong,
first undrafted running back to get like 2,000 yards or something like that, like 1,000
yeah,
yards.
he is very underrated. Maybe not even underrated. Maybe he just.
He's just a great
I would just
player.
say
He's a solid player.
great player. Great running back there. It's and the first thing they do is beef up that offensive line. You're getting a great franchise quarterback on your team, and after the offensive line, after protecting your boy Trevor Lawrence, you gotta help on that defense. You need to give him some help on D.
I forget what team I said it for. Maybe you can remind me. Oh wait, no, I said about the Cardinals. I think besides the Cardinals, another great team that could use a player like Hunter Henry is the Jacksonville Jaguars. I believe just start beefing up the weapons. You could start at tight end. You could draft wide receivers. You need to have pieces around your franchise. Protection is key. I mean, again, there's some pretty decent, I would say, linemen in this free agency. There's nothing terrible, so that's the good news with that. But I think they should maybe focus on tight end and then try to build more from the draft. They need to, you know, they need to get something. Real quick, there was something that happened earlier that did not come in. The Bills re-signed guard John Felicio to a 3-year, $17 million extension. Let's take a look at Felicio, alrighty?
Alrighty.
Alrighty, Felicio, he's a guard. That's a tackle. He's on the left, I guess. Game doesn't have him as a tackle. I love Madden. Well, apparently Madden doesn't even have him on the game. Well, good job, Madden. You are such a good game. I love this game. I play it all the time. It is a great game. So sadly we can't look at Felicio, so do know that he did get a $17 million extension. Again, just to recap what happened recently, Taysom Hill contract got moved around. They're working on Jameis Winston contract, and Drew Brees did retire. But now back to the Jaguars. Last year they did draft a cornerback in the first round, and that was Mr. C.J. Henderson. He had an okay year, but surprisingly wasn't the best rookie cornerback. I mean, he might grow to be a viable 2 option, but I think the Jaguars just really need everything. There's not one spot that I would say they're solid at, and I think they're definitively the worst team in the NFL. Like, what, they lose 14, 15 straight to the end of the year or something like that?
Yep.
Well, no, they won that one game. Who did they beat? Was it the Jets?
No, wait, who? Wait, I'm trying to think.
I think it was the Jets, because I remember there was all those memes.
No, wait.
Let's take a
Trying to
look.
think. Yeah, you're gonna have to look for me. Huh.
Because if it was the Jets, that's just funny.
No, I think they just had one win.
No, I think they had 2. Jags record 2020, the year we want to forget.
Wasn't it the Titans?
Oh yes, they did only have 1 win, and it was against the Titans. That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember now. The Jags blew the defense on purpose so the Jets would win.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking Jaguars! How we love them so. But Yeah, they're a team that really needs help. The only thing I would say they have solidified is running back and maybe middle linebacker because they have Miles Jack, but God knows if he's staying. Oh, I'm sorry, right outside. God knows if he's staying. Josh Lambo's a good kicker, but got hurt last year. Not many teams that need kickers, maybe a dying thing. And speaking of the team, we got the Jets.
Yes,
The Jets, what? They have pick 2 or 3?
no, pick 2.
Pick 2. Now they have an option here. They could go big game hunting for a player like Deshaun Watson, or they could, draft a quarterback. Do they upgrade at quarterback, or do they actually stick with Sam Darnold?
Well, I don't think it's a smart move to stick with Sam Darnold. But apparently they are sticking with Sam Darnold, which I don't.
Yeesh.
He's a good quarterback. It's just he's not the answer for the Jets.
Oh, he is not the answer at all. I mean, he's a good quarterback.
I don't think they should draft Justin Fields either. I don't think I think Justin Fields is gonna be bust in my opinion. Even though he did knock off
Trevor?
Clemson,
Yeah.
they're just he's not the answer. I think he's gonna be bust. I think that the real move the Jets should make is towards Deshaun Watson because he'd also be a great fit for the Jets. I know earlier in the stream I didn't say it was the best move, but looking back at it now, it's like nice
With the
franchise
quarterback
centerpiece.
situation.
Yeah, you a solid guy in there.
If they want to stick with Sam Darnold, though, they got to get a better backup than Joe Flacco. Could Alex Smith or Ryan Fitzpatrick possibly be a landing spot for the New York Jets, or do they go elsewhere?
I do agree. I think Alex Smith would be a solid option for maybe a year, even as the backup for the Jets. What I like about the Jets is my favorite thing that I watched them is that Mekhi Becton. Is
My boy is Louisville, baby.
Savage. That guy is a savage on the offensive line. That man is just a monster. The way he plays, he's very aggressive, which as a former offensive lineman myself is just that man has some oomph to his
Some
step.
talent, yeah.
He's just unbelievable. The things he do. If you watch his film,
He's not a center, but maybe he's the next great lineman of the Jets. The Jets have had some great linemen. They had Maui, they had Nick Mangold. Maybe Becton will one day be up there with them. Future Hall of Famers.
I know Bosa didn't play that much for the 49ers this year, and he played that one game against the Jets, but one game that he was throwing him around, he was, oh man, he made one of the best defensive ends in the league look like some other dude in the practice squad.
Yeah. Mekhi Becton is a great player. And they also had a bright spot at wide receiver this year, and that was Denzel Mims, rookie out of Baylor.
He'll be a good weapon for them down the road. Also, I think if you look over, if they're switching over to the defense, Trevor All Day May.
He was good, right? He had a lot of interceptions at the end of the year, no?
Yeah, he's the one bright spot on their defense. But no, they do need defensive help. They need help everywhere.
Same with the Jaguars. They're in very similar boats, and that's why they have picks 1 and 2. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Now, the Lions are an interesting team here. Matt Stafford is gone. Jared Goff is in. New coach, Matt Patricia's gone. Like, what's the system here? I know Adrian Peterson wants out. Kenny Galladay's gone. Like, they get younger at quarterback. They're clearly rebuilding. So should they stay quiet at free agency, or should they still try to stay a little bit competitive?
Great question.
I mean, they do have some good pieces like T.J. Hawkinson. Who was it? Who am I thinking of? They got Jamie Collins.
They have to. I think they already started a little bit. I think they need to blow it up.
Blow it up?
I think they need to blow it up. I think, but by them getting rid of Matt Stafford. I think that was the start. I also them, but also gotta remember they also got Jared Goff and they got draft picks. So I don't know what their quarterback situations look down in the future because I don't know if they're gonna trust Jared Goff.
I think
Um,
Goff is an okay quarterback, not as good as Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford will always be the most underrated quarterback in NFL history. I mean, he's been doing it for 11, 12 years and never got the recognition he deserves. So hopefully in a big market like LA, he could definitely grow. But the Lions, I'm looking for them and the Jaguars to be the two worst teams in the league next year, to be completely honest.
so am I actually.
And it's a shame because the Lions haven't been good since, oh boy, I don't even know. Like, even with Megatron, they couldn't get it done. Like, they didn't win a Super Bowl. Barry Sanders wasted his career. Like, the Lions, that's a franchise you don't really want to go to.
Yep.
Not much
That
really to
that is the
say on
place you
them.
go where you watch your career go down the drain.
Kind of like the Arizona Coyotes or the New York Knicks of the NFL.
Yeah.
Packers we talked about a little bit earlier today, as Aaron Jones did re-sign for on a 4-year deal. I think it was 74 mil. Oh, I'm sorry, 48 mil. I don't know why 74 was in my head, but 4-year, $48 million contract for Aaron Jones. If you missed it, big signing. I heard a lot of not rumors, a lot of people rumbling that the Packers would have beat the Bucks if David Bakhtiari didn't get hurt. Do you
I don't
think
believe
that
that.
one player could have made a difference?
No.
No, really.
No. The Bucks are the Bucks were just a complete team at the end of the year. They were undefeated since the bye.
That is
Uh,
true.
like because Tom Brady's the GOAT. That's all it is. Like, I'm sorry, but you weren't beating the Bucks that day. You weren't gonna beat the Bucks.
A lot of fans of the Packers thought otherwise because, like, they said Rodgers didn't have the best protection and all this fun stuff. And Rodgers was the MVP, but that could just be fan rumbling, not, anything too big. Devontae Adams might be the new best receiver in the league, may I say? Or is that a little bit of an outrageous claim?
Uh, Hold on 1 second.
Intermission, you know how it works. But we got to keep the masses entertained, boys. Personally, I think Devontae is top 5. Is he the best? Maybe. D-Hop is up there for sure.
Alright, hold on,
Stephon.
Jason. Sorry, I have to do something. So, sorry. I'll be back stream. I'm not sure, but I'll give you a text. All right, I'll
Alrighty,
be
let me
back.
know. Let me know. Alrighty, so now it's just me manning the ship, baby. Alright, we don't got much here with the Packers to really talk about. Uh, Nothing going on in free agency. Nothing really new. So kind of annoyed that today started off so slow. I remember years that were so fast and all that fun stuff. But looking at the Packers, I mean they're a complete team, man. Honestly, they should stay quiet in free agency. Mason Crosby's getting old. Maybe go for kicker, but I don't think there's many kicker free agents this year. But a team like this that's so good really just needs to build out the draft. There's not really much to say on the Packers. Again, I think Devontae's a top 5 wide receiver. Maybe top 3. Not, you know what? Top 3, if not the best. He's been absolutely killing it. Let me look up his stats real quick. Devontae Adams. Let's see what he got. Devontae Adams, he played 14 games, so not a full season, and still put up 18 touchdowns, close to 1,400 yards. I mean, his second best year of his career, best touchdown wise. I mean, No, yeah, he's legit, and I think that's gonna be a big role in keeping Aaron Rodgers the starting quarterback or Jordan Love drafted, and he'll probably never wear a game for the green and gold. I guarantee it. It's honestly a shame, but can't happen all. Still nothing from Ian Rappaport, so let's move on to the next team. Carolina Panthers. Heard they might move on from Teddy Bridgewater, of course, in the running for Deshaun Watson. If the Panthers were to get Deshaun Watson, maybe they'll hit that 7th seed of the wild card. They have an okay team, nothing crazy. C-Mac got to stay healthy, probably the best running back in the league, in my opinion. Roby Anderson's always been good. DJ Moore, injury prone. Decent depth. Don't need to need that. Oh, this tight end. Ooh. Another team that might need the likes of Hunter Henry because, yikes, that's bad. Russell Okung's getting old. Maybe an upgrade at O-line. Let's see what else they got. Okay, so according to Madden, they have a good right tackle. I thought Paradis is pretty decent. Yeah, the O-line's okay. Maybe a Zeitler for them too. Many of the big names already been signed earlier before the official day of free agency, so I don't know how much is there. D-line, he's okay. Matos, he's a rookie. He'll definitely get better over the offseason. So same with Derek Brown. That was their first overall pick, I believe, from Auburn. Yeah, Auburn. Uh, no, yeah. So they're good on D line. Keekly retired. I mean, you could go for the next Keekly, but he's a generational talent, ruined by injuries. Poor guy. Never won a Super Bowl. Feel bad, but is what it is. Cornerbacks, they lost on Bradbury, obviously, because the boys, the New York Giants, took him. Jeez. Yeah, so it looks like quarterback, linebacker, cornerback. Jeremy Chin's a beast, by the way. I think if quarterbacks didn't win Rookie of the Year, he was definitely in the talk of the conversation. But because it's always an offensive player who wins Rookie of the Year, unless you're Von Miller. Like, I mean, you don't really have a chance. But, Joey Sly, the GOAT. Not really the GOAT. We all know that's Rodrigo Blankenship, but that's okay. Really not that bad of a team. They definitely should have done better than what they did, in my opinion. I feel like they got the pieces, so they're definitely a team that should go for someone this free agency. Again, if they could land Deshaun Watson, I mean, that would be huge, but we shall see. Mike Davis, was he the good one? No, he was the guy. Oh, he's the backup, though. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this team. They could definitely use some help. Hold on one second. Just got a quick text here. Sorry about that. Alrighty. We're going on to the Patriots now. As you know, Cam Newton just signed a 1-year extension with the team. I'm sure Brett might have something to say about that, but Cam Newton's like, there's no way there's 32 quarterbacks better than me. Well, there's probably 60 quarterbacks younger. I mean, just because you think you're good doesn't mean time doesn't stop. And the way he played the game for all those years, he's done. But I mean, the Patriots are an interesting team. Almost made the playoffs. Not exactly there because AFC was really good this year. Basically a 500 team. But a lot of their team opted out of the season because of COVID. So I would really like to see where that goes. I mean, their running backs are never good. But when they had Brady, they didn't need a running back. But maybe they should invest in one. Wide receivers. Edelman's future, I heard, was still up in the air. He might retire, which would be a huge loss for the Patriots. Edelman's been killing the game for a while now. I didn't even know Marquise Lee was on the Patriots. That's how bad it is over there. Yeah. The Patriots were never about stars, though. They're always about the team. If you didn't hear from earlier, Shaq Mason was traded to the Texans for draft picks. Don't know why the Texans are giving up draft picks, but I mean, a great guard in my opinion. I think Shaq Mason's good. I don't know why he was traded, but maybe the direction of our rebuild. I don't know where the Patriots are really going here. Maybe cap space. If I click on him, does it bring up contract information? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Contract. Madden did something right. Yeah, it looks like a cap dump, to be honest. That's a pretty... excuse me. That's a pretty hefty contract, so... maybe going for a rebuild for the Patriots. Finally, the evil empire has been taken down. Let's see what else they got. Eesh. Dante Hightower is a little slow. He opted out of the season, right? I think so. A lot of these players that opt out of the season, do you think that they'll come back to form? Because personally, I don't, but they have a good secondary. I thought Jason McCourty... oh no, he was a... yeah, Devin was the safety. He opted out of COVID. I mean, their defense was decimated by COVID. They need a kicker. Is there any kicker free agents? Oh, let's refresh Ian Rappaport's just in case we missed something. Nope. It's a slow year, boys. Is Aldrich Rosas a free agent? Maybe we need an Aldrich Rosas. That guy. What do you do, like a DUI or something? Matt Prater, ooh, but 37. Dan Bailey, 33. Zane Gonzalez wouldn't be bad. Maybe the Patriots should go for a Zane Gonzalez. I could see that happening. Punter doesn't really matter. Whatever happened to Stephon Gilmore? Was he injured? Did he opt out of the season? I don't know, but I don't remember seeing him last year, which could definitely be a problem. The Patriots, to me, are a 500 team, and they're at the point where they're getting old. They should forget about free agency, work through the draft, do what they gotta do. Almost done with the teams here. Oh my god. Stream's been going for like 2 hours 30 minutes. This is Free Agency Crazy, the first day of free agency. If you're liking it, this video will go up on YouTube. It would be appreciated if you gave it a like. All that fun stuff. Now we got the Oakland Raiders. As we talked about earlier, a possible landing spot for TikTok boy himself, Juju Smith-Schuster. I feel like the Raiders are such an ego team. My boy, John Gruden, man, you know what John Gruden? John Gruden's the GOAT, but apparently him and Mayock don't get like together well. Like, they're not good friends, so that could be a problem down the road. Derek Carr, I think he's a good quarterback, better than Mariota. People who say Mariota should start over Derek Carr clearly don't watch football that often, because Mariota's just not the answer. Josh Jacobs is good when healthy. A lot of these new running backs, they're like freak athletes, but they just can't stay healthy. Like, and it's kind of ruining them a little bit. So let's hope Josh Jacobs can get his stuff back together, because great talent. I mean, he still probably put up numbers this year, but I know he was pestered by injuries. Shout out fullbacks. There's like 5 of them in the league, so shout out fullbacks. Tyrell Williams was just signed, well, not just signed, but signed a couple days ago by the, what's it called? Detroit Lions. So he's actually off the team. Aguilar actually had a pretty good year. Ruggs is a hot spot. Hunter Renfrow is just funny from that Hard Knock show, so that's why people love him. He's not really that good. Jason Witten, the GOAT. I mean, I hate how he didn't end his career with the Cowboys. I hate how he went to the Raiders. I mean, he had like 6 catches all year. He should have retired. But I mean, hey, he could probably run Brock still, so you got that going for him. Darren Waller, he's up there for one of the best tight ends in the league. I think he's probably the third best tight end. Sorry, water break, but I think it goes Kelsey, Kittle. There's a lot of good tight ends in the league right now, which is always a good thing. But Jason Wynn's getting old. They could definitely use a run blocking tight end in free agency. Offensive line. Oh God, it's the bully. Remember that? Oh my God, the Miami Dolphins of old. How far they've come. No, yeah, they got a really good O-line. I didn't even know. Carl Nassib, brother of the GOAT Ryan Nassib. That was their first overall pick 2 years ago? Maybe? I'm trying to remember. Wow, he's still in the league. Jeez. I think we talked about how to go in free agency. This is a team that should approach free agency, and it's right here. Yes, they were burnt so many times. It was ridiculous. Their secondary is just not where it needs to be. Arnett, terrible rookie year. Not good. Was a real shame, but is what it is. Sorry, I just thirsty with this water. Gotta stay hydrated, kids. Jeff Heath, the headhunter himself. I mean, he's low-key. What did I have his hitting stat in this game? I'm just curious. Where would that be? Power. 83, that's it? Oh, man. I feel like this guy is always in the highlights for some crazy illegal hit. It should be a little higher. But not the worst. Not the worst at all. I think Abram was also burnt toast. Maybe it's something to do with coaching staff, to be honest. He was a good kicker. He had a good year. I remember that. He was on my fantasy team. But the Raiders are definitely a team that should approach free agency looking for defensive help. They have the offense. It's just their defense is not getting it done whatsoever. Specifically in the secondary because they're having issues. Get a vet in there. The Rams. The Rams. This guy's gone. Out of town. Matthew Stafford is here. Matthew Stafford is like 31 years old, but on a team like this is going to be the best team he's probably ever had to play with coming into year one. So I think the Rams are a problem, guys. I think it's going to be crazy year for the Rams. Cam Akers is okay. Malcolm Brown is a decent back. They have a good running back core, so they don't really need a running back. Robert Woods, sheesh, concussion boy. Cooper Kupp's ACL boy. I saw the V and I saw the Jackson. I thought some Vincent Jackson. May he rest in peace, by the way. Very sad story. But they're both. I could see them going for a receiver in free agency. Higbee is a good. No, they have great tight ends. What am I saying? Great tight ends. Whitworth is old. Yeesh. Might need to start going for a replacement at O-line here. Yeah, I could see them going O-line in the draft rather than free agency. Let's see if I could try to defensive player of the year. Absolute freak. My opinion, it probably still should have been TJ Watt. I think he had a great year, but you can't compare a linebacker to a D tackle. So to me, it's completely understandable, but it's okay. Leonard Floyd had a resurgence, by the way. Great year for Leonard Floyd. I'm looking for a team. Let's see what they got. Ooh, he was burnt toast. No, they need for free agency to go after. They need a Casey Hayward. Let's see. Any news from Ian? No. Let's see. What cornerbacks are there? Looking for CBs. AJ Boye, maybe? That's a decent pickup. Malcolm Butler. That's a Giant pickup right there. I like the Giants to get Malcolm Butler. Casey Hayward's not bad. He could stay in LA. Desmond Trufant's kind of washed, but he can get the job done. So yeah, not terrible. But I think they should definitely go for a cornerback this free agency. Oof. No, yeah, I think what they should do is they should draft O-line and safety. And then they should go for corner and free agency. Jalen Ramsey and who's this? Darius Williams are a pretty good 1 and 2. They could use a 3. Now let's go on to the Ravens with Lamar Jackson himself. Lamar Jackson is okay. I'm still not that big of a believer on Lamar Jackson. Everyone's like, oh, MVP, he shut out the haters. Nah, man, he's still average, to be honest. Like, he could run, but, like, so can every other running back wide receiver. Like, look how far Odell can throw a ball. Like, I'll take a chill pill on Lamar, the most overrated quarterback in the league, in my opinion. But he's still good enough to run his own team, so they're good there. Maybe a nice backup quarterback. Actually, that's a lie, because Trace McSorley. Yeah, you know the song. Not getting copyright strike here though. That's what we do. We're just here to entertain the masses. Amen, amen. J.K. Dobbins, pretty good running back. Ingram went to Houston.
Throw it on a dime. Sorry.
Up there. Oh my God, we're not getting copywritten, bro. Jeez. He's back.
Yeah, only I got forewarning to all the viewers. I don't know how long I'll be back for a little bit again. 'Cause I got some stuff going on.
Well, I once I probably finish this teams, I'm probably gonna end the stream for the fact that nothing is going on in free agency. It's kind of a bust this year. It's kind of dead, which is sad. Hopefully NHL trade deadline will be a little bit better. But anyways, we are talking about the Baltimore Ravens right now. We have 6 more teams to go. You know the vibes.
Of course.
Des Bryant, kind of washed, but it's okay. Lamar doesn't throw to receivers anyways, but I could see them going for a wide receiver this free agency. Who do you think would be a good fit for Baltimore, Brett?
I like Galladay. Galladay can be a good option this offseason. They got Dobbins back at running back, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he's a solid player. But I think they need receiver help because Marquise Brown can't do it himself, and Des Bryant is washed, to be honest.
Willie Snead, who is there? What is their other guy they got?
Oh, yeah, and he's also washed.
Yeah, I would definitely say receiver.
Even though they don't throw to receivers, but yeah, they need help. They're set on tight end. Mark Andrews is solid. Ronnie Stanley got hurt last year, so let's hope he could get back to form. Prayers up for Stanley.
Their defense is fine. Their defense looks solid.
Yeah, maybe they could go for an interior lineman and wide receiver in free agency. And then I think they should draft defense, to be honest. Because it's always good to have young guys up in the system.
Of course.
You never want to have a situation where your only good guys are 34 plus, and you're like, oh, well, now what do I do? So they're a good team. The teams you missed, Brett, just to go over them real quick. We talked about. I think we talked about. Were you here for the Panthers or nah?
I went over every team but the Patriots, the Raiders, the Rams. I'll just give my quick 1-2 on each one of these teams. The Panthers, they're the possible landing spot for Deshaun Watson. Christian McCaffrey's a great athlete, great running back, just a stud. Seahawks, overrated.
We didn't get to the Seahawks just yet.
Okay. What team was after that? The Patriots.
Patriots.
Thank God, Dynasty's over. Cam Newton's not the answer. Um, the I'm looking at your screen now. What team? The Raiders after that.
Yeah.
The Raiders. Um, not very good. I don't. I mean, Darren Waller's really good. I mean, nah, I take that back. They have a potential to come back. They should have been in the playoffs this year if they're another team who didn't choke. Um, then I'm looking towards what are the team? The Rams. The Rams are a Super Bowl contender. That's where I'm
Hmm.
placing them at this year. With that coaching staff and that defense, and they finally got the quarterback. I think this is it. I think this is the year.
That they go back because they were there once before.
Yep. This is the year
And,
for the Rams.
and now we are on the Saints, buddy. The Saints. The Saints. Drew Brees, as we know, Gonzo Alonso, Jameis Winston, and Taysom Hill will now take the reins. Oh, sorry guys for the noise.
Talked a lot
Uh,
about like before about Drew Brees, what he meant to the Saints organization.
no,
Great
yeah, he
quarterback.
meant a lot. It's going to be a big loss for them, but hopefully they'll be able to bounce up. Alvin Kamara, I said earlier in the stream that Christian McCaffrey might be the best running back in the league, but I totally forgot about that boy, Alvin Kamara. That guy's a beast. They might even be 1-2 after last year's performance. What's your thoughts on that?
Um, Kamara's a solid running back. You know, he's a great option. I think he definitely is one of the best running backs in the league after this last year. After he kind of backpacked a lot of the games and he had 6 touchdowns in one game, so um, basically a fantasy record, I
That
think.
was crazy. It tied an all-time record. It tied what was the running back of the Bears name? Short guy was a legend.
Walter Payton,
No. The other one.
like Gale
Gale
Sayers.
Sayers, yes, it tied Gale Sayers. So that was a
So
crazy game. I remember watching that. That was Thanksgiving, right?
yeah,
Shout out fullbacks. There's like 5 in the league. Michael Thomas, I hate you. You ruined my fantasy season. Emmanuel Sanders is a free agent. So I believe that I think the Saints might honestly another team that might want to go receiver this free agency. A lot of teams starting to need free receivers.
I know.
They have Taysom Hill at tight end, so they're good. Honestly, you could play Taysom Hill on the O line too, because why not? Nah, they honestly have a very good O line. When it comes to the Saints, I think they're always going to be a Super Bowl contender. Well, maybe not anymore because Drew Brees is gone. But they've always had a very good defense. Quan Alexander's a free agent though. Lattimore, Jenkins is a free. They actually have a lot of people they have to lose. I think this is the end of the dynasty. Actually, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I think you look towards the draft. I think you stop the progress and just start retooling slowly. If it gets to a bad point, you rebuild. I don't think the Saints should advance anymore in their roster.
All right. Again, sorry, didn't mean to cut off, but I will be right back. Just hold on the fort, Jason. I assure you I'll be
Alrighty.
back.
We're almost done. We're almost done. Pressure on 3 hours on the stream, baby. Alrighty, he'll be right back. Got some stuff to do, and that's alright. The Seahawks are next. An absolute mess. Russell Wilson. Will he go to the Bears? I mean, I hate to say it, Seahawks fans, but I don't know. We will see. Sorry about that. I just got a text. I mean, we shall definitely see. Russell Wilson, obviously top 5 quarterback in the league. Started off the season as the MVP frontrunner. Kind of fell off a little bit, but I mean, if a team like the Bears has him, man, I think if the Seahawks lose him, they need to start rebuilding again, which sucks because I know poor Seattle. They finally had their time to shine these past 7, 8 years, but it might be time to hang him up again. It's a new era of football. New teams are coming to the league. Chris Carson's a great running back. I mean, they have solid running back there. Shout out that DK Metcalf emerging to be one of the better wide receivers in the league. Probably like top 10. Tyler Lockett, also a great receiver. Kind of getting overshadowed by DK Metcalf. So let me see Tyler's contract here. What do you got? I don't know. He might be a player on the move soon. We shall see. But he's a good player. That's not true. What is he on? The Zappers XFL gang. Let's go. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Tight end Greg Olsen also retired with the Panthers. Congratulations on a great career. Disley and Hollister is okay, but they could definitely use the tight end. A lot of teams need tight ends and corners this year, I feel like, and wide receivers. Offensive line can always use help for Seattle. I mean, that's why Russell Wilson's leaving, right? I mean, sheesh. Even if they start signing free agents, I don't think it would help them. Left end. Oh yeah, they need a revamp on the D line. Bobby Wagner's a lead if he's healthy. Same with KJ Wright. Shaquille Griffin. Wait, is there Shaquem and Shaquille? Yeah, Shaquem. Shaquem's the one at one hand, right? Yeah, so that's an inspirational story. Alright, we got Shaquille, we got Quentin Dunbar. Yeah. The more I think about it, the more holes I see. Jamal Adams is ego head. I dislike players like him, to be honest. He's more about the flash and the fame than the play, and that's a real problem in my eyes. But also no interceptions, so good job, Jamal. Yeah, when I look at this Seattle team, if Russell Wilson leaves, they're in trouble. I think if Russell Wilson leaves, this team goes 6-10. And I'm sorry, Seattle fans, but the future is not looking bright. The Steelers, oh, the Steelers. The meme of the year, besides the Jets. Because the Jets, anyways, TJ Watt, arguably MVP season, but we'll get to him in a sec. Ben Roethlisberger does sign a one-year extension. That was an interesting move, to be honest. Dwayne Haskins is, oof. Garbo sauce, Mason Rudolph, doink. You know what I mean by that. Little helmet swinging. James Conner, I think he's also a free agent, right? Maybe. But I think he'll stay at Pittsburgh, to be honest. Derek Watt, got to keep the Watts together. Hey, maybe Derek Watt leaves one day and he goes to Arizona to join his other brother. But we don't know. Wide receivers, Juju's a hot one on the market right now. Claypool's a good receiver. He could rock probably at number 1. James Washington had a good year as well. I mean, the team started 11-0, but then they dropped off, I feel like, because one, this guy's momentum. He just absolutely wiped the cells out of the team. He just was an absolute cancer and a distraction to the team. And also doesn't help that Ben Roethlisberger just absolutely digressed. That's not his fault entirely, but I love Eric Ebron. I think he's a solid tight end. He had a great year that one year at the Colts. And I think with the right quarterback, he could continue with that. Vance McDonald's a legend for that one stiff arm. Villanueva, GOAT, hero, right? Was it he like military? I think so. Pouncey, again, we talked about Mike Pouncey. They both retired at the same time. Class acts, great careers. Thank you, Pouncey brothers. The Castro's good. Oh yeah, they got a complete team. The Steelers, if they had a better quarterback, they're a Super Bowl contender. From what I'm seeing, they just have a very complete team. But Dupree, I mean, I guess they could use a corner. Yeah, Joe Hayden's not the best anymore. Mike Hilton's good, I think, though, if I remember correctly. Minka's really good. And Tremaine Edmonds is alright. No, yeah, they definitely have a good team. Chris Boswell's a good kicker. Might even be a Super Bowl contender if they would be if this and that And that was the thing. They need a whole new quarterback system. Now, this team. Oh, Houston fans, I pray for your safety because you guys. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I have no words, but Deshaun Watson is leaving if you like it or not. If you don't trade him, he's going to sit out the season, and you guys just wasted on trade value, so you guys can figure that out. This is an absolute shit show, if I'm being honest. David Johnson resigned just to justify the DeAndre Hopkins trade. That's never a good move. There's more fullbacks in the league than I thought. Again, injury-prone receivers. Not good. Tight end, Darren Fells, former Giants legend. Laramie Tunsil's the one bright spot on your team, so good for you. Oh, God. Well, you just traded for Shaq Mason in a sorry attempt. He's not even on the team. In a sorry attempt to save Deshaun Watson, but that's not going to work. If your theory is, oh, maybe if we get Shaq Mason, maybe Deshaun Watson will stay. Yikes, now you're just wasting draft capital. Oh god, this poor team. He got traded 1-for-1 for... Who was it? Hold on, let me look. They got Shaq Lawson, which is an okay linebacker. I don't know why the Dolphins are getting rid of all their linebackers, but... I mean, not the worst. Right outside... Oh, he's getting old. Roby was a bust. Oh god. All I gotta say, Houston, is I'm praying to God that everything will be okay, because yeah, we're gonna avoid that topic. Now, the Tennessee Titans. This team is another Super Bowl contender. Deshaun Kaiser, I remember he was supposed to be the shit, but he turned out garbage. But Ryan Tannehill, people call him a system QB, but I think he's pretty decent. He could definitely carry. I could see him winning a Super Bowl. Derrick Henry. How am I forgetting about all these freaking running backs? Derrick Henry is the best. You know what? Final rankings. Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara. Boom. There you go. I said it. That's the final rankings. It will not change for the rest of these videos. They have some good wide receivers. Nothing too special. Tight end, Yanu Smith. I think Frisker's in free agent, but not the most exciting thing in the world. Let me reload just in case something happened in free agency, but I could tell you nothing has happened. Oh god, what did I do? Well, that app's bugging out, so there's that. Unless something happened. Sanford, Ben Jones, Nate Davis. Maybe some line help? I don't really know what they could do. Davion's, he kind of fell off a cliff too, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'm thinking linebacker. Alright. Oh, what'd I do? Uh-oh. Fat fingers. Sorry about that. No, yeah, they're a good team. Maybe a linebacker help. Linebacker help. And maybe another safety. Not too much they gotta do with free agency, but they are definitely there for a team. And last but not least, the Minnesota Vikings. I heard a lot of people wanted to get rid of Kirk Cousins, and I can understand why, but I think that's a mistake. If you have a decent quarterback, you shouldn't let him go that easily. Dalvin Cook is number 4. I knew this. I knew he was going to be here. He is number 4. Then maybe Saquon, but we shall see. We shall see. CJ, the literal GOAT. Ham sandwich, baby. He's the best fullback in the league. I'm calling it. No one can mess with the boy Ham. Anyways, wide receivers. Thielen, goated. Jefferson, arguably rookie of the year. Okay. Don't doubt me on that. 2 great receivers. That's a perfect setup. Maybe a new tight end. Kyle Rudolph is getting a little old. Riley. Dakota Doiser? I don't really know who you are, but maybe No, he's good. Garrett Bradbury's good. Rookie. No, their O-line's young. I think he left, Hunter. Michael Pierce. Anthony Barr, the user god. Kendricks, Wilson. Mike Hughes. Harrison Smith. Well, I know one thing for a fact about the Vikings, and that their secondary was completely revamped, and I quote unquote revamped, and it did not work out. So they need all the corner help they could get. They should draft corner, and they should go for a free agent corner. And that's my analysis on the league. I already texted Brad. I said, look, I'm probably gonna end the stream after the Vikings, so I'm gonna call it there. I do got homework to do. Stay in school, kids. Thanks for all who joined the stream. I hope your team has a very bountiful free agency. I just did the stream today because it's the first day of free agency, and I'll be doing it again on the trade deadline for the NHL. We have a video coming soon about the Ranger game. I will post it on my social for all that wants to see it. Thank you all for joining. It was a great stream. Almost 3 hours long. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.